Another series win for our San Diego Padres. Nice series win. It's a pretty good team up there in Anaheim. Padres take 2 out of 3. Get a happy Monday from your pals Ben and Woods, certainly. Nail biter yesterday. Holy smokes. I'm going to have to take your word for it. I missed every single pitch of that game. Every single solitary pitch. I was at the baseball fields all weekend. We can talk about everything that went down this weekend, though. Really nice job from the fellas. Really, really nice. Enjoy the day off today. I'm Woodsy. Paul Reindl is the executive producer of this program, also part-time doo-doo cleaner. New pup, giving you some fits a little bit this morning.
Just a little bit, yeah. She picks weekdays, which is great.
Not the weekend.
No, great weekend. Thought we had everything reset. Stomach was feeling good. You know, a little chicken, a little rice.
She's like, how about a Monday morning at 4 a.m., pal? It's such a... I mean, kids do it. Kids never stop, Paulie. Yeah. It never stops, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, nothing's really different, except they tend to avoid the floor. Which is great, because if I had to clean it up off the floor
just
all the time.
Throw some pads down for them.
So throw some pads down. I feel sorry. I'm not sorry. I feel bad for you that you had to start your day off with a big, steaming, hot pile of diarrhea.
I went to the closet and grabbed one of the old N95 masks.
Oh, yeah.
Because I was like...
It was that bad.
It was bad. Yeah, there was some of that.
I can taste it, dude. I can taste it right now. Please don't talk about it.
You brought it up, not me.
I did. That's my fault. That is on me. My eyes are watering right now, thinking of that
When I was like taking breaks, I'd get like one little spot and then have to like walk out. I'd walk back into the living room just. And then like, what's the move? Do I wake my wife up whose alarm doesn't go off for another like 45 minutes to an hour?
No,
like, do I need to wake her up and be like, hey, I need you to deal with this so that I can go and
just handle business?
Yeah.
The worst part is that you'll keep looking at that spot for now.
Yeah.
Months, every time you pass it,
we've got the carpet
even
cleaner.
when you've seen it and it looks perfect again, and you just kind of know that that's the spot, and it's like, ew, I remember that spot.
No, it's a tough way to wait. It's a tough way to start a Monday, certainly, but hopefully it just goes up from here. Ben Higgins, your friendly neighborhood sports anchor, joins as well. Benjamin, how are you?
I'm all right. Had my worst round of golf in a long time this weekend. I don't want to talk about it.
81.
At the GOAT, which is not 81 at a normal course.
I shoot like 95 at the GOAT, so 81 feels pretty good to me.
It's not an easy course, but it's par 65.
Oh, this is good from Eric. Instead of turd polishing today, you got to polish the turd out of the carpet. You're a literal turd polisher.
That's true.
Yeah.
But then yesterday was nice. After watched the game, and then my son and I went to the movies. I have not been to an actual movie in months.
Ew.
And we went to see Project Hail Mary, which was really, really
months,
good.
By the way, I haven't been to the theater since
years.
Pre-COVID.
Really?
It's been years for me too.
Wow.
Been a long time.
I think my now wife, we went on like one of our first dates was at a movie, like third date or something.
And that's the last time?
I don't think I've been since.
I'd been meaning to go. My friend Aditya from college, who we had on the show, produced The Martian and Cocaine Bear. We had him on to talk about that when it was a thing. He produced Project Hail Mary as well.
That's
and I
awesome.
told him I've got to get to see it. And it really was a fun
I want to see it.
movie.
I've heard nothing but great things about it. Can you give me the 30-second elevator pitch of it?
Ryan Gosling is a scientist who awakens on a spacecraft, doesn't really remember what's going on, and realizes that he's been sent out on a mission to try to save the world.
Okay.
Because the sun is about to like go dark, and he's the only one who's left who can figure out how it happens.
In a world where the sun goes dark.
He meets an alien along the way who has the same problem with their sun, and they have to try to figure things out together, how to communicate and how to, coexist on their two spacecrafts. And it's a little heavy-handed in the emotions, and it's one of those like buddy feel-good kind of movies.
Just a man and his alien friend.
A man and his alien. It's kind of an E.T. sort of story. Okay. Yeah. It's really good.
Do you think I would like it?
I don't know. You're such an anti-sci-fi person. But you liked The Martian, didn't you?
I loved The Martian.
This is very similar to that, I would say.
Loved The Martian. Oh,
guy kind of by himself has to figure things out.
I think I would enjoy it.
At a time.
I enjoy his work. Ryan Gosling, big fan of his.
Yeah.
He did a movie with Anthony.
He's great. By the way.
He's fantastic.
Best thing I think I've ever seen him do.
I wonder if you've seen this movie. Paulie, would you look it up? It's him and Anthony Hopkins, and he plays a hotshot young attorney. And all I'm thinking about is Primal Fear, but it's not Primal Fear. That's Ed
Edward
Norton. What is it called?
Fracture.
Oh my!
2007.
You want
A
to
hotshot prosecutor is about to leave his post for a lucrative job at a private law firm when his boss hands him a seemingly open and shut case.
Hey, last case. Here you go. Just hey, can you wrap this up before you leave us for your millions? Thank you. And it turns out not to be the case, man. Oh my God, is it a great movie? Fracture. And Anthony Hopkins, was that Hannibal Lecter?
Yes.
Is beyond incredible.
He's always good.
So these two together is a great, great pairing, and it's a great, great film, and one that I thought doesn't get nearly enough. Have you ever even heard of it, Paulie?
No.
Fracture.
No.
Tier one's out there. Fracture, report back.
I'll watch.
You will not be disappointed. I mean, it's like edge of your seat type stuff. It's
but
crazy.
one of the nice things, you guys haven't been to a movie in so long. Going to a Sunday post Padres game, I think we went to like the 5:30 or 45 show. It's like 4 other people in the movie theater. So you had like a full movie theater to yourself, which was nice. You don't feel like you're packed in with a bunch of other people. So yeah, good. A little long. It's like 2.5+ hours, which might be the deal breaker for you. But I felt entertained the whole way through.
Pass. It's too long for me.
I know.
You know I can't sit still
I'll break that
long.
up when it's on streaming. I'll break that up over like 3 or 4 nights.
I started over the weekend. Oh, man. Now, do you guys have Netflix, yeah?
Yeah.
So there was a show last year, a couple years ago, maybe called Beef. Okay.
Mhm.
And it's about not meat and beef. It's about like there's a beef between. And so it was this really good and kind of dramatic, but also really funny. I think the episodes are maybe 30 minutes each, but they had a whole series. It was called Beef. It's fantastic. Then they came out with season 2. And I was like, oh, season 2 of Beef. Different characters, but just it's great. It's like White Lotus, right? There's a different White Lotus.
It changes settings, but
yes,
the theme
is the same. There's going to be some beef.
True Detective.
True Detective, yeah.
Okay.
So it's that, and it's part 2, and it's a whole new cast and a whole new idea. And so far, man, I'm a couple episodes in. It's brilliant.
Beef.
And it's got a lot of White Lotus in it. So if you liked White Lotus, I think you'll really like Beef. So I started that, and it's so good that I'm milking it. And I rarely I'll be like, I'm going to watch 10 minutes and I'll get back to it. I'm not like going headlong because it's that good. So I really enjoyed that. This weekend spent at the baseball fields from the time I got out of here, basically Friday, picked the kids up, got down to the fields, man. I was at the fields till late Friday. I was at the fields. We had 2 games on Saturday. Bo had a game and Taylor had a game, and then had a game Sunday. I am torched. My body, like I'm burnt. I'm crisp.
You told me this last week, and I could not believe that you would play Little League games 3 straight days. I thought that was like against the rules.
Yeah.
That you weren't supposed to play that much Little League baseball in such a condensed period of time.
You know, and I don't. We needed at the beginning of the year. We needed. I couldn't make the first couple games, so they moved some of our games. But we ended up. We're going to have 7 games in 9 days, which is crazy work. It's crazy work. But
Padres also have 7 games in 9 days this week because they're off on Monday and Friday, and otherwise 7 games in 9 days.
Yeah, but Craig Stammen doesn't have to say, Freddie, you caught 3 innings today. You're done. You have to not catch anymore. Luis, can you get your gear on? Crap. Now we're at our innings limit. Has anybody ever caught before or wants to catch? Anybody want to try catching? Anyone? Can you imagine being a big league manager? Like, Freddie hit his catching limit for the week. And you're like, we don't have another catcher. I got to have another catcher. And so that's what I'm dealing with. We took our.
Hey, Bryce Johnson hasn't had his league mandated at bat yet.
That's right.
Got to get him in.
Bryce Johnson's
Craig Stammen is good at getting everyone.
He is. Yeah. He's great.
Yeah.
Bryce Johnson's dad is in the stands wondering why the F he keeps playing the outfield. So if you could get him over to first or second base ASAP, That would be great because Mom's over there losing her S in the stands. He's been in the outfield for 3 innings straight.
Nick Castellanos really wants to pitch.
Yes.
Or he might quit the team.
Yeah, Mr. Castellanos is standing there going, you ever going to let Nick pitch? You ever going to let Nick pitch? Right? It's all of
If Mr.
that.
Castellanos is as scary as Nick is,
Dude.
you're probably going to let him do whatever he wants.
Now starting Nick Castellanos. So we finally took our first L yesterday. We took the first 2
Had to
games.
happen at some point.
Yeah, it was inevitable. And it's good for the team. You know, I told them after the game, I said, they're crying, you know, had some tears and we had started, I think, 12-0. And then we lost yesterday to a good team with some older kids that could bring it. I mean, they had 5-6 guys that could throw Ched. Like, they're a good team. We lost by 3. I sat them down after, and I said, you don't learn anything from winning. You really don't. What you learn is you learn when you lose. And we learned what we need to work on, what we need to be better at. And it's so cute, too, because I was getting texts from various parents like, hey, so-and-so is really sorry. He had a bad day. Just felt a little lost out. I go, don't worry about it. I go, guys.
Please don't feel like you have to tell me that.
You don't have to tell me that. I know about losing. I know in this game is all failure. And especially at this age, it's mostly failure. Any success they have is gravy. Because this game sucks, man. It's real hard. And it speeds up on you. And so we took an L, and we were bummed, but it's like, well, the good news is we have another game tomorrow, and then we have 3 more games next weekend.
Wow.
So we are fine. We are going to be just fine. But it's a good learning experience for them, and it's just I love it. I enjoy it so much. All of it, man. The getting out there 2 hours before to throw BP, the ground balls, all of it. It's just the best.
I guess that means the Padres haven't been learning much lately.
Right. They're not learning anything.
If you only learn from losing, the Padres have learned very little over the past 2 weeks in winning 13 of their past 15 games. We'll talk about it coming up, but I wanted to address, because I saw many people in the chat. Zachary, one of them, said went to all 3 games in Anaheim. Padres fans showed up.
Yeah, they did.
The Angels sold out all 3 games. I doubt they sell out any of those games without Padres fans coming up and buying tickets. So not only are you turning Petco Park into an attendance monster, second in all of baseball last season, you're now helping other teams turn their ballparks into attendance monsters as well. And that's really true. I mean, Anaheim's easy. People hopped up on the train or just took the drive up. But you watch all the road series that the Padres have played, Boston, Pittsburgh, and now Anaheim, and you see Padres fans in the stands everywhere. I mean, we're turning into like Cubs fans. Like, you know how Cubs fans seem like they show up at every road ballpark? Padres fans show up at every road ballpark now, and it is unbelievable. There's so much brown and gold in the stands.
Best fans in baseball, as Cole says. I don't think there's any question. And I heard, you said Anaheim's easy. It's easy to get up there. My buddies took the train. They're like, Woodsy, the train is packed. Oh, my God, it is slammed. There were people standing the whole ride to Anaheim, which back in the day, let's call it 6 years ago even. You wanted to go watch the Padres play in Anaheim. Bro, you are chilling. You got beers. You got 2 seats for yourself. You got your feet up. Your buddies down the road.
I think I saw our friend Chris Garcia was up on the train. He said, it's 10 a.m. Beers are already gone. They're gone. The train. Yeah,
they sold out of beers.
We drank the train dry on the way up to Anaheim already.
It's so good, and you could hear them on the broadcast. It just, again, kudos, tip our hat. Obviously, we are really in touch with the fans every single day here on Ben and Woods. We know how passionate you guys are, but you guys actually went out there, and I got to imagine too. If you are, Jake Cronenworth, or you are Nick Castellanos or Manny Machado, and you go take the field and you look up and you're like, my God, man, a lot of our guys here. That's got to feel pretty good. It does. And then conversely, if you are, Zach Neto, and you're like, what the hell why is this place so loud for Mason Miller's walking in? It doesn't make any sense. So
Donnie even got to do the Friar Faithful standing in the ninth inning on the road. There's enough here. Let's Friar Faithful stand as one. With 2 outs in the ninth inning last couple of days.
No, it's pretty legit, man. So kudos to all the Padres fans that showed up. I was going to be one of them. We were going to go up to that game yesterday, but the game coincided with our Little League game, so we couldn't make it. Like I said, I missed every single pitch of yesterday's game. As soon as I threw my first ball for BP was the time of first pitch. And by the time we got done, we got home, game was over, looked at my phone, I go, great, 2-1 in.
A lot of similarity actually to Saturday's game. They just scored a little bit earlier and then held on, closer game at the end, but getting some good bullpen work. We'll talk about it certainly coming up. Yo Madre, legit first ever Padres away game. So cool just to see how many Padres fans are embracing this team. How proud they are. Johnny says proudly wearing their Padres gear.
Yeah, you're seeing the new City Connects pop up everywhere too.
Oh yeah.
So it's pretty good, man. Hey, it has been. Jesse Agler said it maybe last year, the year before. This is the golden age of Padres baseball, and let's keep it rolling right now. So, yeah, definitely a testament to what Peter and his team decided to do years ago and thought, I think very strategically and also out of the love of this city, saying, we got to do something. We have to bring something here.
Well, speaking of Peter, we had big news on Friday morning that we kind of sorted through in the moment,
couple hours,
live on the air. But after the weekend, did you guys go back and read a little bit more about Jose Feliciano and Kwanzaa Jones?
Not much has changed since Monday morning. I covered it, lead story all day on Friday on Channel 10. And used up, mostly our interview with Jared Diamond. It was really good. If you haven't caught it, it's worth going back and just making sure that you get some of the details. But I think the biggest takeaway for me of the ownership sale, and nothing officially announced, should sometimes happen this week, I guess, but is that this is their personal investment rather than Clear Lake Capital.
Correct.
Clear Lake Capital owns Chelsea. Chelsea fans, as Darren Smith told us, aren't that happy with their ownership, but that's not him. That's just the investment group. I
got a novella.
And his wife personally.
I got a novella from one of our tier ones out there. It's like, Woodsy, I'm so sorry to spam you, but and laid out the entire thing on my Twitter feed. I couldn't even keep up. I was like, this is incredible information. So I'll try to surmise that. And
I had a buddy follows soccer a lot more. Like Chelsea knows about how their stuff was going, because that was a lot of criticism was how Chelsea's been operated. And I'm like, I don't know anything. He's like, read this from Forbes 2 years ago. Read this article from a year and a half ago. It details everything. And I'm like, all right, I'll get to it.
It's a lot, man. Yeah, my man Ollie sent me a novella.
Oh wow!
Look at this.
All right,
good
bro.
God.
That's all about the.
and there's still some trepidation. When I was playing golf Saturday morning, everybody asked, "What do you think? What are the new owners? Is this good? Is this bad?"
We'll see, man.
We'll see.
It's literally a wait and see. It's a wait and see moment for all of us. And again, the guy can come in. He can win the press conference with, 10 words, right? Like he can come in and win the press conference, and he can absolutely lose the press conference as well. But what they're really going to judge him on is, are you going to bring a World Series championship to the city of San Diego? If you do that, sir, you will go down in history. Legendary.
When that press conference happens, if it's this week or in the next couple of weeks, or not until after it's approved by, could be 2 months from now until it's not approved by owners, then we have it. Do you want to hear that not going to be making many changes, at least at the first? AJ Preller is still running baseball operations. We're going to leave the front office pretty much intact, and we're going to at least have like a year or so to evaluate what's going on. Is that what we kind of want to hear with the San Diego Padres?
I'll speak for myself and myself only. Yes, absolutely. Like, hey, man, this thing right now, it's a bit of a machine. I don't need to come in when the machine is rolling and be like, hang on. Let me get my hands in there.
He needs to show up on day one and walk up to AJ Preller and just be like, what do you need?
What do you need?
What do you need?
What do you need this year?
I know we're in the middle of it. What do you need?
I know we're coming up on a lockout.
What can I do? What do you need?
Do? That's right.
That's all I want to hear.
That's right. That's right. And again, I told you on Friday, my opinion is, what he should say is, I want to be a good steward of this organization, this community, the fan base. That's all I care about. I want to win. I want to bring championships here. Not just one, not just two. I want to bring championships here.
And invest in the community as well, which is what something Jared Diamond told us, that he's planning on moving philanthropic efforts to San Diego. That's an easy way to win the press conference right away. Hey, we're in the middle of the season. There's only so much we can do baseball-wise right now, but in terms of the city of San Diego, we've got plans for this, and then you follow through on that. That can be an early win for the new owners, Jose E. Feliciano and Kwanzaa Jones.
And again, my initial reaction is I'm fired up for it. It seems like the right fit. Could we absolutely be wrong? Yes. That man could come in here and turn this place upside down. You just have no idea what it's like until he's in there in his office going.
His right to do what he wants.
Right
when you pay $3.9 billion for something, you get to do what you want.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. So I will remain, as I do about this baseball team every day, I will remain cautiously optimistic. Just cautiously optimistic. I'm not diving straight in, but I am cautiously optimistic. I'm going to give this guy a chance, just like I'm going to give Craig Stammen a chance, just like I'm going to give all these guys a chance.
Just like we all gave Dodger lover Peter Seidler a chance.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. Like, all right, man, you got some work to do.
We know your background.
Yeah, I know what you're up to.
Let's just see what you do. And it, took a long time, but we got there. We absolutely got there. And I sure hope and kind of expect that the next owners, assuming it is going to be Jose Feliciano and Kwanzaa Jones, that they will continue Peter's legacy. It'll be their legacy as well.
That's right.
But they will continue. I mean, you got to hope.
Yep. That's it.
All right. We've got a lot to talk about. Paulie, unfortunately, does not have 11 straight I love winnings for our wrap-up.
No, I wish we did.
We do have
another one.
We do have a winning streak of 2.
Yep.
To get to in our Padres wrap-up. So we will talk about the series against the Los Angeles Angels. We'll set the menu for the Monday edition of Ben and Woods. Tier 1's glad to have you with us, broadcasting live from the Bill House Studios. We know how. It's Ben and Woods on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
He just, here, I'll show you a little. Just a little.
Please don't.
Just a little bit. What hurts on you?
Nothing at all.
A little bit.
Not that now.
So let's say
whatever you're about to touch is the only thing.
Let's say
It's gonna hurt.
Right?
All right, yeah.
Okay.
Pretend your knee hurts.
Pretend your knee
It's going to in a second.
right here.
Oh, that is not pleasant.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
He just, here, I'll show you a little. Just a little.
Please don't.
Just a little bit. What hurts on you?
Nothing at all.
A little bit.
Not that now.
So let's say
whatever you're about to touch is the only thing.
Let's say
It's gonna hurt.
Right?
All right, yeah.
Okay.
Ben and Woods brought to you by David P. Shapiro, criminal defense attorneys, helping good people regain control of their future when charged with a crime since 2010. Visit davidpshapirolaw.com. Set the menu for the April 20th edition of Ben and Woods here.
Is loose cannabis on the menu today here on April 20th is what I want.
Cannabis?
Is that something?
It is still the day, 420. I never understood. Was that like a police code or is that a
It's interesting that you bring that up.
ganja, aka cannabis?
Yes, Ben. That's what it's referring to. I was in college at Holy Cross, and I remember signing up for intramural basketball. I have a hard time with that word. Intramural.
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 If it was intramural, you would be playing other schools.
But I think a lot of people say intramural.
They do.
Right. Okay.
Intramural.
So I'm going to do it.
It is hard to
intramural.
say.
It is.
Intramural. It's
So-
intramural.
And my roommate at the time said, "Hey, I'm going to sign us up today." And I said, "Great. See you down at the gym." I go, "Well, what's the name of our team?" And he goes, 420. And I go, "Oh, no idea what he's talking about. Zero. None whatsoever."
Oh, that's great.
I go, "Oh, no way. Killer." And I'm like, "What is 420? What is it?" So finally, in a moment of embarrassment, I said, "Hey, by the way, what does that mean?" And he goes, "Oh, it's the international time that you smoke weed. 420. I go, "Oh, like 4:20 p.m. or a.m., whatever." So, yeah.
You have your first drink at 5 o'clock somewhere.
Yeah.
But 420
is let's
you
share
can smoke it up a little
share
bit.
a marijuana cigarette amongst us, right? Is what the thing was. So I looked it up.
It's 420 somewhere.
It's 420 somewhere. So I looked it up, and it's the origins and evolution of 420. Is a group of 5 friends in 1971 from San Rafael High School in California coined the term. They used 420 to designate a specific meeting time, 4:20 p.m., to search for a rumored cannabis patch, often gathering at the Louis Pasteur statue on campus.
Loose cannabis?
So they're looking around. Apparently, the urban legend was, there's weed around here. There's a patch of marijuana around our
naturally growing.
college campus. So let's meet here and go find it, right? Then it says it was the Grateful Dead helped kind of spread it around as well. One of the friends worked with the band, popularizing the term among their followers. Then in High Times magazine, there was 1991, they published a flyer mentioning 4:20 p.m. is the time to smoke, legitimizing the term on a national level.
Everybody must get stoned.
So today, 4:20 is that day when...
Now it's so common it appears on radio prep services.
Yes.
What day is today? National 420 Day.
Yeah. So that's it. And then I think, it's spread. So
Does the missus celebrate today?
I think she's done.
Done?
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's done. We're trying, for a child and stuff. So she's on the straight and narrow. There's really no vices left in the Woods household. It's very interesting.
Sounds boring.
It is boring. I'm bored out of my skull. I mean, even my baseball card vice is not what it was. So it's just really boring right now in our home. So, but she used to. Oh, did she love to celebrate 420? And you could do it on 10-12. It didn't matter. It no different.
There's a 420 every day of the year.
That's right.
420.
At 420. Now, Paulie, you celebrate 420
Sure.
today. Now, have you ever done like hey, I'm going to wait till 420? I had an aunt that really liked. She liked to get down on the Manhattans, but she was so stringent about waiting till 5 sharp. If you made her a Manhattan at 4:30, it would sit and rot. She wouldn't drink it until 5. Yeah, because if you do
wait until 5 o'clock.
If you need it before then, you're an alcoholic, clearly. So it's like
if you just sit there and stare at it for 45 minutes until 5 o'clock, it's better.
Hey man, at 4:56, it was like, and let's get the Manhattan going, right? So at 5, it was ready. So you're not married to the time.
No.
Never really have been.
No,
Okay.
Didn't even really know that was a thing.
Well,
I thought it was a police code thing or something.
So what's funny is, and I went back last year. Now, I didn't have a ton of time. So when we won basketball intramurals, we won football intramurals a couple years in a row, and we had our little
champion.
We had our little plaque, right, with our name, and it said 420, and it had all our names. So I run. I run 2 miles over to Holy Cross before the game. I told my kid was with me. I go, Dad, watch Bo. I'm going to run over to Holy Cross, see if my plaque's still there. So I run, I hoof it all over. I walk in the building. Also creepy. Grown man walking around a college, a little college, by himself that morning. In the cafeteria, you guys seen the plaques for the intramurals from 25 years ago? They're gone. They weren't there. I didn't see them unless they moved them. But I really wanted to get the plaque picture.
I'm sure they upgraded them to a nicer, trophy room.
Somewhere. Yes.
Intramural plaques are so very important at a college.
That's right. So happy 422, all that celebrate out there. Do so responsibly.
We will talk a ton of Padres here in our first hour. We've got our regular features, including Don't Do This, coming up at 7:20. We will also talk SDFC. Another pretty ugly loss. 2 quick goals allowed on Saturday night at Salt Lake. Ended up losing 4-2. They are just
this stinks, man.
In a spiral right now.
This
they
stinks.
Seem to be unable to pull out of it. Craig Elsten will be with us at 7:35 from the Padres Hot Tub and Chromaniacs podcast to talk about our baseball and soccer teams. And congratulations to his soccer team. The Sockers won in overtime last night to advance to the finals. The Ron Newman Cup finals will go for their 17th championship in franchise history later this week when they take on Milwaukee. So we'll talk to Craig coming up at 7:35. And then in our 8 o'clock hour, we'll play Take on Wood. Still have those field level seats for the Memorial Day Padres game giveaway in our music, TV, or movie trivia contest. 8:35. Hopefully he's feeling much better. Dennis Lynn from The Athletic. They've done a lot of reporting on new ownership this weekend. And Dennis has been working hard this last week, even though he was not feeling well and couldn't join us last week. He'll be back with us. I'll guess.
That's the last news that you want to break. That's the last news that you want to come down when you're feeling like bad. When you're feeling like death.
The biggest story we've been waiting for months, and this is the week.
Just so happens.
But Dennis will join us at 8:35. I'll guess Sean Bennett Woods appear on the SDCCU fan hotline. It's not big bank banking. It is better. In our 9 o'clock hour, Paulie's got some Reindl Report headlines for us. We got some Padres tickets to give away as well.
We do
for the next homestand already. I know they're on the road all week because they're in Colorado and Mexico City. They'll be back next week though, and we have tickets to give away for the Padres Cubs series. So we will do that probably in the second half of the program and wrap things up heading to 10 o'clock. But why don't we get to another winning wrap-up of yesterday's tense 2-1 victory over the Los Angeles Angels, as the Padres are now just a half game behind the Los Angeles Dodgers in the National League West. Get to all of that coming up after a check of traffic here on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center. Injured? Demand justice. Demand Jurowitz. 855GetRoss.com.
Heading northbound on I-5, traffic is slow and stretches between Highway 54 and Highway 75. Highway 94 westbound is sluggish, transitioning onto I-805 northbound and I-5 northbound.
Traffic brought to you by Albertsons, Vons, and Pavilions. Shop Albertsons and Vons for savings on family favorites. Right now, get USDA Choice New York Steak Bone-In Value Packs for $7.99 per pound with membership where applicable. And first of the season Sweet Bicolor Corn is just $5 for $1 with digital coupon. Limit 10.
I love winning, man. I love winning. You hear what I'm saying? It's like better than losing.
Are you ready? How did things play out in yesterday's game?
I liked last night's game.
It's time for the
Padres Wrap-Up
with Ben and Woods.
You guys are the voice of San Diego.
Brought to you by Hamul Casino Resort. Hey, player, the rooftop pool's open. Day passes are available, and the spa is calling your name. Hamul Casino Resort, the player's place.
Fernando leads, now the 0-1. Bogarts on the ground up the middle. That is into center and a base hit. Tatis rounding third on his way. He will score, and Xander Bogarts delivers again. RBI single with 2 outs, and the Padres take a 1-0 lead here in the fourth. Here's the pitch. Swung on and tipped into the catcher's mitt. Strike 3. That will end the inning, and Michael King gets through 5. He does not allow a run, and the Padres will take their 1-0 lead to the 6th. Hockman deals. Rice swings, hits it hard on the ground through the left side base hit. Bogart's going to be waved. Lowe will come up throwing. Here's the throw to the plate. It's up the first base line. Bogarts crosses the dish, and Bryce Johnson's second hit of the day makes it 2-0 here in the 7th. Now the 1-2 pitch. Neto swings, grounds it to short. That will get the 1-run home. Bogarts checks the runner at second base, throws to first in time. An RBI ground out for Neto as Peraza crosses the plate. And it's 2-1. 2-2 now. The pitch to O'Hoppe. Swung on and missed. Strike three. Back-to-back Ks for Miller to finish a 1-2-3 ninth inning. His 8th save of the year. The Padres have won 5 straight series as they take 2 out of 3 in Anaheim with a 2-1 victory here this afternoon. Padres begin this 3-city road trip with a green check mark. Now a day off in Denver, and then 3 with the Rockies beginning on Tuesday night.
Another team win, a lot like last night too. We're just getting contributions from everybody in the whole entire roster, from the guys in the bullpen, the guys on the bench that are in the starting lineup, and just moving pieces around, and they're all coming through, making us all look really good, that we're making good decisions. But we got good players, and they're doing the right things.
Would it be weird to write a love song to Mason Miller from a 50, almost 51-year-old grown man? Just, sit him with my guitar and just write him a love song for him.
I think we'd all appreciate
Would
that.
you just
I think he deserves one.
Letting him know just truly how special he is and how much he means to me, and how great it is to have
Tell everybody
him.
What you said this morning, because
it's so true.
Totally true.
There's, coach in Little League, there's some different levels of talent. There's some kids that clearly mom and dad have invested in some pitching lessons, and these kids can absolutely bring it. There's the kids who are trying it for the first time. I love them all. I think they're spectacular. But every team has about one kid on it that the reputation gets around, and that, oh my gosh, he's pitching. Ours is a kid named Bennett. And when Bennett pitches, you see the other kids panic. They're panicked. Like, oh God, oh no.
He's a little oversized
He's
compared
tall.
to the rest
For
of the
me,
league.
it was Juan Herrera.
Oh, yeah.
From 10 to 12-year-old
I had
level.
Brian Domian.
Yeah. Juan Herrera had a mustache before anybody
Full
else had a mustache. He was a foot taller than everybody. I was like, how many years has this guy been held back?
Brian Domian had a wife and kids in the 8th grade. They would come to the games in his Camaro. And he had full mustache. He threw like 90 from those little mounds. And he smoked me twice in one game. So, like, the whole time, you're like, I hate this. Now,
Ryan Quinn in my league.
Ryan Quinn?
Ryan
Quinn.
Yeah, he's a tier 1 now.
Is he? Oh, Ryan.
Yeah.
Not a boy. So if you ever want to throw adult league innings, just let me know. So I was watching, you see some of the ABs from the Angels, and it's not just the Angels, it's everybody they've played. The feet start moving when the pitch comes, or I'm going to swing at a pitch that's 6 feet outside because I'm literally just guessing. And really, most importantly, I just want to get this over with. I don't want to be here anymore. I don't like being in the box against this guy, because not only if he hits me at 103, it's going to really, really hurt. If I swing, I'm probably going to look really foolish. So I'm just going to get this over with. And it's that little league thing where the kid's up and you see the feet moving before, or you see the absolute turn away from a ball with spin. He threw a slider yesterday that had the guy buckled and turned, and it dropped in for a strike. He's a little leaguer. He's the 3rd grader playing with kids, in their first year. That's what he's on right now.
There were definitely 2 pitches in particular. One was the slider where, I don't know, it was Grissom, who it was yesterday, that was like bailing out, and it actually caught the strike zone.
Nasty.
And then I think there was a Soler the day before that was so far out of it barely made the left-handed batter's box, and he swung at it. He's just making everybody look silly right now. And he didn't even have his best stuff the last couple of days. His fastball command was off. Mason Miller's missed a lot of pitches up in the zone, actually gave up 2 base runners on Saturday.
Crazy weird to see.
And still, he is now at 32 2/3 consecutive scoreless innings. That is 1 inning away from tying Clay Meredith's franchise record. So that could happen as soon as tomorrow. If he gets a clean inning, gets a scoreless inning, Mason Miller will go into the Padres record books potentially but it's going to happen in thin air the next 5 games. I mean, if someone does get the ball in the air against 103, there is a chance Mason Miller could give up a run this week. No doubt about it. They're still big league hitters. Go back to the beginning, though, yesterday. For the 2nd straight Sunday, the Padres thought they were facing one pitcher and ended up facing a different pitcher. It was Kyle Freeland last Sunday for the Rockies. Yesterday, they thought they were going to face lefty Reed Detmers, but the Angels decided to pull a little switcheroo.
What was the impetus? No,
they decided they wanted to pitch him today instead of yesterday. I didn't hear an injury or a sickness or anything. Just a change of plan. A change of plans.
Who do they have
instead,
today?
They went with I don't know who they're playing today, but they said Detmers is on the mound today. Instead, the Angels went with young Walbert Urania, which, I know nothing about him going in. I'm thinking, oh, okay, let's see. The Padres break out some bats. My goodness, this kid was really good. Throwing 99, 100 with his sinker. And then he started mixing in this changeup that was just diving off the table down low. Understandably, the Padres had some trouble getting any offense going against Walbert Urania in the game yesterday.
I mean, think about some of the starters they ran up against this weekend. I did not see Urania pitch, but I sure watched Soriano pitch on Friday
He was
night.
incredible.
I mean, guys, this is, I had a couple people in my DMs, pissing and moaning about the offense. I go, guys, it wouldn't have mattered if they're mad that Crony was leading off against him. And I said, Crony's your best chance to get out there and wear one and get on base. Obviously, we saw that on Saturday night. But I said, it wouldn't have mattered if Ty Cobb was leading off. That kid he was unhittable. I mean, really, he's as nasty of a pitcher. That
5 starts, 1 run allowed.
Yeah, 1 run allowed in 5 starts. Do you know how insane that run is? And so, hey, man, he's feeling it. He's unlocked something. He's figuring it out. You're going to run into those guys. No shame in losing to that guy.
But the Padres did, after Michael King battled. Certainly has not been dominant Michael King yet, but effective Michael King, an ERA in the low 2s now, battled through his first few innings. And in the 4th, the Padres were able to scratch across a run on a Tatis lead single and a Xander 2-out RBI single, just a chopper up the middle that found a hole, but it worked to give the Padres a 1-0 lead. King battled his way through 5 innings, needed 105 pitches to do it. Walked the first and second batters, Neto and Trout, both times they came up. That's usually recipe for disaster, but Michael King was able to make enough pitches, and Angels missed a couple of ones, got just under it, popped up a couple. That he was able to get through his 5 innings. He got some nice places up the middle. Fernando Tatis Jr. making his 3rd start at second base on the Sunday lineup. Xander made a nice play, robbing Trout, going to his left and making a throw across the diamond. So some good defense behind him. And then in the bullpens, Padres got 1 more in the 7th on a Bryce Johnson 2-out RBI single after a couple of walks to lead off the inning. And that turned out to be the winning run, as Craig Stammen played the bullpen game without all the pieces yesterday. Clearly, he was trying to avoid Adrian Morejon, who went 1+ on Saturday.
22 pitches.
And Jason Adam, who
30.
had a long inning on Saturday.
That was a tough one, man, yeah.
So he was trying to get through it with Ron Marinaccio, Kyle Hart, who struggled in his 3 batters, and he was aggressive. Like he said, all right, we got two runners on, double, walk, and a bunt. And he went right to the bullpen to get young Bradley Rodriguez.
Yes, sir.
And I heard Sammy on the postgame show, and I think he was absolutely right. The story of the game was Bradley Rodriguez yesterday. He was put in a tough situation. They needed him to go 1 2/3, and he was terrific. A changeup was working really good. Cutter was working really well. Maybe the best of what has already been a very impressive start to his young bullpen career. Maybe the best outing we've seen yet from Bradley.
Yeah, fantastic work. And again, I had people complaining, look, Craig's going to have to use the guys that are available on that day, and staying away from Morejon and staying away from Adam. Back-to-back days. Guys, that's smart baseball, in my opinion, and you ended up winning the game, so it really worked out the best that it could. That's going to pay off dividends in August, in September, and hopefully in October for this team. Your numbers called in that bullpen, you got to go out and deliver and do your job, and ultimately they got enough done to where you got the win and you win the series and you move on. He would have hated to drop that game because of a bullpen meltdown, but we also need to understand bullpens will not be perfect. They will give up runs. Our closer doesn't. Hopefully he never does. But, the rest of those guys, man, they're figuring it out too. And I think he's done a good job, man, as far as deploying it.
One thing that really impressed me, and I'm sure he was instructed to do so, but with the tying run on second base, he had Mike Trout coming up, and he did not want to let Trout beat him. They threw 3 pitches, then issued the intentional walk, but he never came close to like missing in an area where Trout was going. Now Trout didn't swing, he knew what was up there, but it's very easy for a young pitcher like Bradley to go, no, I'm gonna I'm trying to miss, ends up missing over the middle or something like that, and he did not do that. And it showed a nice level of maturity to where he's at already, despite being just 22 years old. Just really impressed with Bradley Rodriguez yesterday.
He does inspire confidence, and as do most of the guys in that bullpen. And I know Kyle Hart had a rough outing yesterday, but Kyle Hart's been, he's had some good and some bad this year. What are your alternatives at this point right now? Yuki Matsui, you're waiting for him to get back. You do need those left-handed arms, and high leverage for Kyle Hart may not be the right spot, but in a pinch, when you are seemingly out of options and you don't want to go to Mason Miller for some, Bradley earlier, then Mason Miller for some insane amount of outs right now in April. On April 19th, I think they're doing it the judicious way, and I think it's been smart. Obviously, the record speaks for itself.
Purple in our chats says Ben's trying to convert Bradley to a starter. I
saw
already.
your tweet.
So
yeah.
I asked the question just because if you've got a 3+ pitches, the changeup, the cutter looked really good. So I asked letters to AJ, one of the people that I trust in terms of prospect development. Just is it possible next year that could be a path they go to? Our friend David J jumped right in and said no. Not going to be a starter. Letters to AJ said if he can continue to develop the cutter/slider into a plus pitch, it is something he thought that the Padres could consider doing in the future. Not trying to weaken the bullpen, but we don't know if Nick Pivetta is going to be back next year. Even if he gets healthy, he could opt out of his contract. Michael King can opt out of his contract. You could need starting pitching badly again next year. You've got to look for some internal options as well.
Is there anyone in this city that's listening right now that thinks, ooh, man, if we lost Bradley from the bullpen, he'd be tough to replace? All they do is find new demons to get into the bullpen. That's all they do. It's the thing that they are the best at. I mean, they're good at some stuff. Finding big, huge, powerful, effective bullpen arms, Ben, has really been the strength of Ruben and AJ and Fritzy and all the other guys involved.
I want to talk more about this. We'll also get into Saturday night's game, which was similar but different. A nice win, though, and a well-pitched game, again, between both Herman Marquez and Yusei Kikuchi on Saturday night. So we'll talk about that and much more coming up. Craig Elsten, Don't Do This in the 7 o'clock hour, all ahead on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. Looking up at my television like a doomsday clock ticking down. Going to pass 82 hours here in just a second.
What?
Of course. The NFL draft is this week.
82 hours from now, and they have a clock?
No,
Funny.
81 minutes, 59 seconds,
81
and 55.
hours, 59 minutes, 54, 53, 52. Is that just going to be on my TV the entire week if I turn on ESPN?
They do that for Shohei's next start now.
The clock you really want to be thinking about here on Ben and Woods is at about 48 hours until Ben mocks the draft on Wednesday morning. I did a lot of draft research this weekend, and I have put together. We only do a top 10. We don't do the full first round, but I think it's shaping up as my best and worst.
Wow, that's exactly what we want.
Ever mock the draft coming up on Wednesday.
Yep, that's exactly what we want.
Yeah, stay tuned for that coming up in a couple of days.
1, 2, 3, 4. This will be number 6.
Sixth mock the draft.
Yeah, we'll go through some of the old ones too.
Yeah.
Little look back. You could have a new listener. They have no idea what we're talking about when we say Ben mocks the draft. We don't do a lot of draft coverage on this program. Legit, like, hey, these guys are going to do this because, well, we don't really have a team here in San Diego, so we don't waste a lot of time on it. We'll do some. We'll talk about the big names. And there was an arrest, I think, from a guy that's going to get drafted over the weekend. There's all kinds of news coming out about the draft, and certainly, but we prefer to do it where you mock the draft. That's much better.
Carnell Tate, TOM says Carnell Relations.
Carnell Relations.
Now I need to rethink this whole thing. I didn't think of that.
Carnell Relation. That's fantastic.
At the combine, Joe Burrow's hands were measured at just 9 inches, which is obviously way too small to actually hold a football, although he insisted he had just pulled them out of cold water and they were experiencing shrinkage.
It's bad. It's very bad.
It's supposed to be.
But it's going to be bad again. I promise.
Can't wait. Oh, the hair on my arm, look, it's standing straight up right now. I got the chills.
CD, this is the 21st century. Can we at least stream some music on Spotify or get an iPod, man?
That was for CD Lamb.
CD Lamb.
How did you not go with a CD's nuts joke right there?
So the Dolphins had injury concerns about their initial selection, Tua Tagovailoa, and then they go with the guy whose name is actually Hurts. That doesn't make any sense at all.
I think I'm getting better.
I think so. Those sound very
this
old.
year's going to be
Those
better.
were from year 1.
That was
those
year,
are year
way
one.
back. We're still on pandemic. I could
that
tell
was where
by
we started. Yeah, by your recording.
Yeah, by the recording sound.
Ziozer says, I could see a little Fernando Mendoza in Ben. 1,000. If you could throw, A, you kind of look like him a little bit. B, you guys have the same personality. Yeah, that's great. Really good. That's so good, man. Yeah, this is as Megan, your wife says, Paulie, this is like the origin of the Ben we have today. Yeah, it's the Wayback Machine to see how much you've grown.
All right, let's go way back to Saturday night. Padres, after the first loss in 9 games, bounced back right away with German Marquez on the mound. And
mama.
I will say his line of 5 2/3 innings, 2 hits, no runs, 2 walks, and 5 strikeouts sounds like
the electric.
Man, he absolutely dominated.
He must have shoved.
If you watch the game, the ball was flying all over the place and happened to find a lot of gloves, including Jackson Merrill's in the bottom of the second inning with Yoan Moncada at the plate.
This one in the air to deep right center field. Fernando is back. Merrill is back. Merrill's calling for it. He leaps up, and he took one away. The Angels will not add to that total because Jackson Merrill robbed Yoan Moncada.
Incredible.
I thought they were going to kill each other.
Oh, yeah. I thought those two were going to run into each other.
Third of the season, home run robbery for Jackson Merrill. But did you see what Jackson said after the game? That he and Fernando Tatis Jr., remember there was the ball into the gap of about a week or two ago, and they both kind of pulled up at the last second.
The track,
And Jackson said, we talked after, and we said, we're not doing that anymore. Like, if we run into each other, we run into each other. I don't love that.
I don't either.
But that was how they were kind of looking as they
I
went up
love that
for
they're
it.
like, hey, that ball has to be caught. That is unexcusable. Like, that ball cannot hit the ground. But I don't like
love that
necessarily.
Attitude, one of them is out for 2 months because they collided in the outfield
on a fly ball in the second inning of a game against the Angels in April. How about just communicate?
Good job by Tatis of pulling up just enough at the last second.
Yeah, they
and
made
letting
contact, but
Jackson
like,
take that.
it could have been so much worse.
What a couple of outfielders those guys are. Remember, these guys were shortstops, and the organization was like, give it a shot. And
like
both
2
of
years
them.
ago,
I mean,
go for it.
Jackson Merrill is you look at him and go, yeah, you got gold gloves in your future, maybe platinum gloves out there in center field in your future. He's got it all. He's that toolsy of a player out there. And yeah, man, with Marquez, you're the defense probably looks really forward to playing behind Germán Marquez because they know they're going to get some action. The ball's going to be moving, but he settled down, man. He absolutely did. He got hit hard early and settled down. And in the fourth had 2 punchies, and in the fifth struck out the side. I mean, you really cannot ask for anything more from Germán Marquez. Bend, but don't break. You get some help from your defense. That's what they're there for. Those guys picked him up, and he picked them up later in the game by getting through 5 innings.
I thought offensively they finally were getting a left-hander in Yusei Kikuchi, who hadn't been that good, and they could not get anything going against him.
7.50 ERA, but
yeah.
I mean, bro, you forget. I'm going. Am I watching the same? Has this guy always thrown 96, 97 from the left side?
I mean, that used to be like only Randy Johnson from the left side could throw 97, 98.
I thought he was more of a thumber type.
I was impressed. The Padres signed Andujar, Castellanos, to get a little more pop against lefties. We haven't really seen it entirely. There's been very few lefties they've faced. I think it's been a run of like 11 of 12 right-handers, and that was the only lefty, but he went 6 shutout innings. So you ended up going into another game where it was the bullpens, and this time it was Adrian Morejon who came in, pitched a solid inning and a third of relief to keep it going, and the Padres then scored in the top of the 8th inning. The Angels brought in a reliever who couldn't find home plate. Zephyr John walked Fermin and Cronenworth, and then Laureano hit the RBI single to put him on the board, and then Tatis had that absolute, completely jammed 53-mile-an-hour roller to the right side, but because Jake was running, the entire right side of the infield was open, and it just dribbled into the outfield, leading to an RBI single.
You see what Toddy said after the game? I think he put it on Instagram. Or somebody asked him, how'd you hit that pitch? He goes, I learned from the best. And it was a screenshot of Luis Ariz where he would hit all those balls. I was like, oh, my God. Yeah, man, listen, some breaks have gone their way, certainly, on cases like that. But I do feel like this is a team also making their own luck a lot, going out and robbing those home runs, going out, getting those hits when you need to, again, bend but don't break has been kind of the motto right now. And they just keep grinding out ABs, Ben, until they're able to break through, and they did.
And they needed both of those runs because in the bottom of the 8th, Jason Adam gave up his first run of the season. Thought he got out of it, had the old strike 3, walk off the mound back to the dugout, and then challenge, and it turned out to not be strike 3.
Yep.
Ball 4, inning kept going, and he gave up the RBI single to Nolan Shanuel that got the Angels on the board, but he got out of the inning, and Mason Miller did his thing again in the 9th, though he gave up a couple of base runners on Saturday.
Adam was scuffling with his control a little bit, and I wondered then, okay, I have the thought. It does creep into my mind of like, just go to Mason here. Don't you give him one more batter.
I'm sure it creeps into Craig Stammen's mind.
It's got to, but then I think you have to play the long game of like, man, we don't need this dude doing an up down right now, and you know what I mean? Like, yes. Let's give him his clean inning. There's a million different reasons. It's April 18th at the time or whatever, 19th. There's no need to do
you ever have something like that is going to work, but you want to save it?
Right.
Like,
yes.
Don't want to run out of it or too early.
I don't want this to become a thing.
You got to ration it a little bit throughout the year.
That's
and
exactly
it
right.
feels like Craig Stammen is rationing Mason Miller as much as he can.
Yep.
Because
he's going to need him. Going to need him for the long haul.
Yeah, you cannot burn him out in the first half of the season.
But I thought about it. What would I do? Is this the right move? Ultimately, it turned out to be the right move, and you let Jason Adam get out of it. So, and he did.
And then what to say about Friday night's game? The one that snapped the 8-game winning streak. Matt Waldron made his season debut.
I was bummed for Matty, man.
Yeah,
I really was. I had a gut feeling about him. My gut was way off.
His fastball command, which is usually one of his strengths, was just not good. I don't want to make any bold proclamations because we saw a couple of other guys, including Nick Pivetta, first start of the year, maybe too much adrenaline going out there and just not pitching like themselves. And hopefully Matt Waldron will come and bounce back with a better performance. As it turned out, it didn't really matter.
Yeah.
You weren't going to score against Jose Soriano. No one does. They did get him out of the game.
Supposed to lose that game.
Yeah,
like they won 8 in a row, going up against the best pitcher in baseball right now.
God, he was good, man.
With a guy that you just called up and didn't know what you were going to get out of him. I mean, that was a recipe for a loss. I was able to flush that one extremely easily.
Pretty simply.
They got him out of the game after 5 2/3, which was kind of your formula. Like if Matt Waldron could have kept it at down 2-0 or something at that point, then you feel like, okay, we've got a chance. But it was already 6-0 at that point, or actually 8-0 by the 5th inning. You're going like,
okay,
all right, doesn't matter. They didn't do anything against the bullpen, but all winning streaks have to come to an end at some point. And that was, if you wanted to circle one on the calendar, Matt Waldron making a season debut against the hottest pitcher in all of baseball is one that you probably would think the Angels were going to win. But then the Padres came back and did what you wanted it to do. Win the next 2 games and still win the series. That's good playing on the road.
Not sure what the plan is moving forward, Ben. He'll get another start, I would imagine. Griffin Canning should be ready pretty soon as well. I know he's through rehab start. So listen, at least there's some reserves there. You know, Matty Waldron, I'd like to see him get another shot to go out and throw a solid 5.
When he will. And when Griffin Canning's ready, I think it's still between Waldron, Marquez, and Buehler as to like if you're going to take someone's spot or what you're going to do. But I go back to the conversation we had there going into the top of the hour about the future of Bradley Rodriguez or really any reliever. They decided not to convert any of their relievers into starters. And they have this amazing bullpen. But remember, it comes at a cost. And we're already seeing the lack of starting pitching depth become a concern. It feels like at some point in the next year, you're going to have to think about converting 1 or 2 of these relievers into starters. You can't run out of starting pitching.
No, you don't. You don't have to convert anybody. You can go out and actually sign guys now with the new ownership group.
Hopefully, we don't know that for sure.
Yeah, but I mean,
you don't even know what the luxury tax or if there's a salary cap going to be next year. They may have no room under a new salary cap or really hard luxury tax to even make any offseason moves in free agency, no matter who the owner is. But they may not have their hands could be tied.
But I don't feel that, oh man, we got to convert Bradley or David Morgan or Mason Miller or whatever. I don't think you're in that spot. You don't see it really at this level a lot. You see it at this level. Yes, there are outliers, but you see it the other way, right? Like, man, he's just been so effective in short bursts. Maybe he's a better fit for the bullpen. I don't know. I'm not averse to the idea, but I'm also like, we need frontline. You need frontline starting pitchers to win a championship. So those guys, you either develop them through your minor leagues, which I know that there's some guys they're excited about, but I think those guys are a couple years away. I don't know who is ready to make the jump right now or in the next even year. But I would imagine there's one at least.
If you want to have
Mendez,
if you need a 1 and a 2, you can hope that Randy Vasquez can be a 2, maybe.
Michael King can be a 1.
I think he's better off as a really solid 3 at this point. If Michael King's here, he can opt out. Nick Pivetta can opt out. You don't know exactly what is going to be available in the free agent market, what you're going to be able to afford if there is new, luxury tax or salary cap rules. So Padres could be without top of the rotation starting pitching, and that really could be a hard place to start in 2027. I'm not going to worry about it now.
No,
but
let's worry about 26.
But that is something to keep an eye on for the future.
Don't catastrophize 27 already, if there even is a 27.
Correct.
We got Griffin Canning coming. We'll be fine.
Let's take a little time out. We'll come back with DDT. Rockies get inside the heads of the Los Angeles Dodgers this week.
Man, what is going on up there?
First little cracks at all shown by the Dodgers this season.
That's right.
Kind of interesting to see what's going on as the Padres now head to Colorado.
Well, I for one, was absolutely shocked to hear the Dodgers whining about something. I couldn't believe it because it's never happened before.
We will get to that coming up next. Broadcasting live from the Bill House Studios. We know how. It's Ben and Woods on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. Well, I was caught off guard. I need to talk about Trajan Wolf. Paulie, can you go to a break and I'll do it in a second? I'm sorry. I totally missed that one.
No, you're
don't
good.
don't have my copy right now. Thank you.
Hey player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open. player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Ben and What's brought to you by David P. Shapiro, criminal defense attorneys, helping good people regain control of their future when charged with a crime since 2010. Visit davidpshapirolaw.com. Let's get right to Don't Do This. And since we were just talking about the draft coming up in just a couple of days, this is not how you want to go into the draft. Former Georgia wide receiver Zachariah Branch, who's expected to be a possibly second-round pick in the draft, was arrested early Sunday morning in Athens, Georgia. It was the day of the spring game in Athens. And then late at night, he was arrested for misdemeanor charges of obstructing public sidewalks / streets, prowling, and obstruction of a law enforcement officer. If it sounds like it's not the most serious charge in history, he was released on $39 bond. At 3:44 a.m. According to the police report, which was obtained by NFL Network, Branch failed to, quote, comply with multiple verbal lawful commands to not block a public sidewalk. Get out of the way, sir.
I'm going to give him
no.
I'm going to give him a little pass.
Does anyone think that perhaps Zachariah Branch was spring game, had a few?
Yeah.
You know, I'm sure they do it big up there in Georgia. We could ask Adam.
I'm
but
sure.
My guess is they do the spring game up big, and the party just kind of never stopped until 1 a.m. when he found himself totally unable to move on a sidewalk.
Yeah.
And that led to his arrest.
$39 to bond yourself out of jail. $39.
I'm sure he'll show up at court to get that $39 back.
So if you're an NFL GM, you're like, all right, we're good.
He runs a 4.35 40. So my guess is he'll still end up getting drafted.
If he's that fast, he should have moved out of the way. You know what I mean? At this point, like,
maybe he did. Maybe he moved so fast they couldn't see him.
Crazy, absolutely crazy. All right, man, I got this. You know, there's two things that got tweeted in my timeline all weekend. One of them was Jelly Roll at WrestleMania. Please do not send me that story again. I saw it the first 300 times you guys tagged me in it. The second one was Dalton Rushing. You can keep sending that one. Dalton Rushing, catcher for the Los Angeles Dodgers. Boy, they do not like losing in LA, which is good. You don't want to lose, but
you also have to accept it.
You have to be able to accept it. It's going to happen. Weird things happen. You know, guys are going to go up there and hack, especially the team that's been the most aggressive on the first pitch all season long, the Colorado Rockies. Well, after the game, which they lost, I believe 4-1. Was that right? Or 4-3? Dalton Rushing, who started the game, they interviewed him, and he thinks there was something fishy going on.
Wait.
I'm waiting. It's all good.
I think it could have been a little bit of both sides. I think they had a good game plan as an opposing team, and maybe I pitched into their game plan as far as calling pitches. I'm not 100% sure. I think it's odd. Some of those hitters that do what they do, they go up there and they were only the first pitch that was thrown. So it's fishy, but
it's fishy.
So they scored 16 runs?
4 runs.
4 runs on 7 hits against Emmett Sheehan, Will Klein, Alex Vesia, and that's the cause for thinking that the Colorado Rockies are cheating.
4 runs in Coors Field, by the way. And it was funny, man. They were showing some of the pitch locations. I mean, we're talking middle right here, like right down the middle. Nothing moving at all, nice and flat. They're an aggressive team. They're a young team. They're going to stay aggressive. It's good news. You know, it's good intel for us, you know, as we go into Coors Field, the House of Horrors, to take them on next. But Holy cow, man. And so obviously the Rockies, this could have been a do this. They had some fun with the fishy comment the next day. Every time they got on base, they gave the reeling it in. It's fishy. I mean, they inspired that team, and they came out and won again yesterday.
Yeah, cheating was more than twice as bad because they scored 9 runs
That's right.
yesterday.
That's right.
Including a go-ahead home run by LCC's Mickey Moniak.
That's right, Mickey Moniak.
Feels like when Roki Sasaki starts, the Dodgers are just basically saying, we're punting on this one. They end up winning most of the time, but they didn't win yesterday. But it almost feels like we're just going to keep throwing him out there.
Yeah. Well, we've got Blake Snell
like
waiting.
It's a spring training game,
it's
essentially.
a spring training game for him, essentially.
And just keep throwing him out there in the big leagues. He's got a 6.11 ERA. They certainly don't have to throw him if they didn't want to, but they are.
Blake Snell, by the way?
On the live stream?
No, he posted, his girlfriend Haley might have posted the pictures, actually, but he was out at Coachella all weekend.
I did not see Blake Snell at Coachella. No, I did not. Oh, my God, I have to.
Go read the comments.
From Dodger fans?
Bro, they're like, bro's doing anything other than pitching. He's up there just watching Justin Bieber.
How did I miss it? Yeah,
Would we be mad if Joe Musgrove was at Coachella?
Maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe.
We shouldn't.
I guess you should.
I mean, like, there were definitely people in the comments who are like, what does it matter? We don't need him until August. Right? We're good. But people were like, bro, are you kidding me right now? We need you out there. We just lost.
Oh, that's so good. Even Dave Roberts after he goes, I just saw some bad pitches. There were some bad pitches. That's what these guys were swinging at. They were swinging at bad pitches, like bad pitches from our perspective, good pitches for them to hit. But I thought that was, I mean, you're a billion-dollar team. You're out there thinking the Rockies are up to something just because they're hacking first pitch. Pretty interesting stuff.
I saw you saved a tweet from last week.
Yeah, I didn't. It actually popped into my feed again. But yeah, it was interesting. Padres got off to that good, eventually came to a good start and battled back to 9-6 record. And our buddy Dodger fan said, a series against the Pirates and Rockies will do that to you. And I just said, oh, chef's kiss. I mean, look, the Rockies are different. They're a different breed this year. They did not have this many wins until like middle of May last year. So they've got young arms. They've got Dollander in the bullpen. They've got really nasty bullpen arms. They're young. They're dumb. They just want to go out and play hard, and that's what they've been doing. And they took so far 2 or 3 from the LA Dodgers, man.
And they got one more today. Justin Robleski is pitching. He's actually been really good for them. It's kind of weird, though. The Padres are already in Colorado for their game tomorrow, but they could do the funniest thing and just go as a team and would
be amazing.
Sit in like a section and cheer for the Rockies.
Wear Rockies gear would be so funny. So funny.
Some cotton candy.
Yeah. Just the guys going. Do you think that on their day off in Colorado they want to go to a baseball game?
I mean, the over-under is 1/2 of members of the traveling party who's at that game today.
Right.
My guess is everyone stays away from it.
Yes.
I mean, you can't
you get enough baseball.
Maybe Scan is just obsessed.
Yeah,
He wants
Scan
to
goes.
check out the game. I have no idea.
It's a good ballpark.
We can ask Jesse tomorrow if he knows of anyone in the traveling party who went to the game today since they had a day off in Colorado.
Are there any playoff basketball games or anything going on tonight in Colorado? That night, you'd be more likely.
The Nuggets.
You'd be more likely to see them at that than you would the Rockies game, which is a day game, I do believe, isn't it?
The Nuggets do play tonight at home. Yes, at 7:30. I bet there will be some Padres watching the T-Wolves and the Nuggets in Game 2 of their series tonight at Ball Arena.
Great point here from Sir Will 619. They probably went out and partied for Jackson Merrill's birthday last night for sure. That's what.
But the day off the next day, they can go a little harder than they normally do.
Happy birthday, kid!
Happy birthday,
23.
Jeez.
All right, final little do this.
DD Mega Doo-Doo.
And this one is to set up our weekly with Craig Elsten, who's coming up next, because the San Diego Sockers had already won a narrow game on the road against the St. Louis Ambush to take a 1-0 series lead. So they needed one more win last night to advance to the MASL Ron Newman Cup Finals. But they were down 2 goals at half, down 2 goals late. They got one back. And then with 10 seconds left in the match, Leo de Oliveira scored to force overtime. So 5-5. They just barely survive. Otherwise, it would go to a mini game. That's how they were eliminated last year. And then in the extra time, first goal wins. Here's how it sounded from our friend Craig Elsten.
To Nick. Nick Pereira turns. He shoots. He scores! He scores! Nick Pereira has sent the Sockers to the Ron Newman Cup Finals. Nicky P, the local hero, Nick Pereira, as he likes it, being fed by Cesar Cerda. He was asking for that ball, knowing he would have the ball at the bottom of his foot. Turn left, turn right. Either way, he gets behind the defender and shoots. Con la derecha, very well defended, but even better in that shot. The San Diego native sending San Diego to the Ron Newman Cup Final.
Boy, Kreger brought the heat.
Always does. They will play on the road at Milwaukee, I believe, on Wednesday. And then game 2 is at Front Wave Arena on Friday.
Yep.
So if they win on Wednesday, they could clinch the 17th championship in franchise history on Friday night in Oceanside. If it goes to a game 3, that would be Monday, a week from today, again at Front Wave Arena.
Good deal.
We will talk to Craig Elsten coming up next. But first, that is Don't and Do This on a Monday.
That was Don't Do This with Ben and Woods on 97.3 The Fan.
Of course, we'll also talk Padres and SDFC. We haven't gotten into their 4-2 loss at Salt Lake. All of that coming up next with our pal Craig on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
He just here. I'll show you a little. Just a little.
Please don't.
Just a little bit. What hurts on you?
Nothing at all.
A little bit.
Not that now.
So let's say
whatever you're about to touch is the only thing.
Let's say
it's gonna hurt.
Right?
All right, yeah.
Okay.
Pretend your knee hurts.
Pretend your knee.
It's going to in a second.
Right here.
Oh, that is not pleasant.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Craig Elsten's got his eyes on a championship ring.
Yeah, buddy.
Perhaps by this time next week, the San Diego Sockers could have one, or maybe it's a week from tonight. Certainly we'll have that opportunity. He is standing by. We will talk to our buddy Craig about the Padres, SDFC, the Sockers, and more coming up after a check of traffic here on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center. Injured? Demand justice. Demand Jurowitz. 855GetRoss.com.
Chula Vista to San Diego, it's a sluggish trip on I-805 northbound from 8th Street all the way past Interstate 8. I-5 northbound is slow and stretches from Highway 54 past Highway 163.
Caltrans Asset Management reminds you that work continues this weekend on southbound 805. Caltrans Asset Management work continues this weekend on northbound 805 with the closure of all lanes from State Route 52 to Miramar Road on April 24th at 9 p.m. to April 26th at 5 a.m. Expect delays and use Interstate 5 for travel north of University City.
Hey, let's go out to our SDCCU fan hotline. It's not big bank banking. It is better. There he is, Craig Elsten, voice of the Sockers. Great call, Craig. We just played it in our Do This segment as the Sockers go on to the Ron Newman Cup finals in golden goal fashion.
My goodness, guys. I mean, I've had some experience doing this game this year and calling this kind of game. So I felt a little bit more in the pocket last night. I was just going through my notes. So this was the 7th game the Sockers won in overtime this year. 7 out of, 26 now. 9th overtime they've played. It's also the 3rd time they've scored a goal in the last minute of regulation to tie. 2nd time they've scored in the last 10 seconds.
Oh, my God.
To tie the game. So this has been a cardiac kid season of a Sockers team that quite often is trailing in the third or fourth quarter and finds a way to pull it out at home. And now it's two of the most vaunted franchises in the history of the indoor game. The Sockers, 16 titles, the Milwaukee Wave, 7 titles, but they've never played a championship against one another until this week. Wednesday night in Milwaukee, match 1. Friday night at Front Wave Arena, match 2. Try to win it 2-0, but if not, it'll go to a third game winner take all Monday night at Front Wave Arena.
Unbelievable drama, Craig. And I bet you woke up this morning and you feel wrecked, right? Like after a game like that, I remember some of those intense Seals games. I would wake up and feel like I played at least one quarter after just bringing it, screaming into the mic, and your nerves, your anxiety, all of it just wears you out.
Yeah, I literally tell myself, I always have a little, during the anthem, I have a little pregame prayer. And the one yesterday was never give up on this team no matter what.
Yeah, 100%.
That's what I told myself. Just if you're down 3 in the third, if you're down 2 in the fourth, don't start looking ahead. Don't start thinking about a loss. Never give up on this team because they just find a way. And, as Ben said, I'm really excited. I want to say this is the 11th different time I've gotten the chance to announce. Sometimes the Sockers weren't in it, but to announce the grand final and to announce a championship game and an opportunity for the Sockers to win and their 7th championship ring in modern times. I've got my first 6 lined up on my bedroom dresser right now, just to kind of remind me what's going on. So really exciting. And for all our San Diegan beloved bandwagon sports fans, now is the time. The wagon is humming. Jump on board. It'll only take you a week to finish your journey. Wednesday night, Milwaukee, Friday night, home. See if the Sockers can get it done in 2.
Just quickly, why on earth is a team in Milwaukee called the Wave? Is this like a reverse Lakers situation?
Because of the ocean, obviously.
Yeah, precisely. I mean, I don't know why you'd ask, but
that's weird. That's just weird. All right. Speaking of soccer, another rough game on Saturday night for SDFC. The first 2 goals in the first 6 minutes. First one by Duran Ferre. I mean, I get he's a young kid, and that was rough to watch. I felt bad. Like he just gave up the short little pass and didn't see the guy coming and just tapped it right in like it was a layup for Salt Lake.
I mean, is this our expansion year? Did we do something weird and put in the paperwork in reverse order or something? Because this looks like the team that people expected, honestly, in year 1. Of being an expansion team in MLS. But it's truly, guys, it's almost only about injuries. We can certainly talk about Duran. He didn't have even a good game on Saturday night. And, Mikey Vara said that CJ Dos Santos is healthy and he's fighting for playing time. So I would not be surprised at all if Wednesday in Dallas, we see CJ Dos Santos as this road trip continues. But when the injury report came out Friday, gentlemen, I knew SDFC was going to lose because they literally only had 3 healthy defenders on the entire roster. They put Bryce Duke, who's an attacking midfielder, at right back, and they had no defensive substitutes for the game with the youngest D-line in the league. So RSL is a good team. They took advantage. They really took it to San Diego. SDFC's form is poor amongst everything else, but they truly just need to ride this out. And I'm going to say until the World Cup. They're going to need to ride this out, try and pick up some points here or there along the way, try and get some healthy bodies back. And then it's going to really be on Tyler Heaps. How can you improve this SDFC side? They're clearly at least a playmaker short. I think, Andres Reyes is supposed to come back, but they're clearly 1 or 2 veteran defenders away from getting this thing locked back in. So there's a lot of work to do for SDFC. Thankfully, they had a great start to the season, so they're kind of battling back to mediocrity right now and an opportunity to get back on the winning tip, I think, in the summer.
Yeah, Craig, it's a bit of a nightmare scenario, too, because as the season started with the Chucky Lozano drama, and, you're like, it's fine. We made the right decision. We are winning matches. We're getting points. Well, now you're not anymore. You haven't won a game in
43 days or something.
43 days. And, of course, it opens the door for that question. Like you just said, wow, we could use one more playmaker. If only we had one on under contract and rostered and, at training. I mean, and so it opens the door. It's really the nightmare scenario for Tyler and Mikey.
It is. And when we were all shocked at the beginning of the year, the first day of training camp, when they made that announcement, and we spent a month talking about it and going, well, you got to get him off the roster. You got to clear up the spot. You got to replace him. And they didn't do any of that. And you came in going, and then they win their first game 5-0.
Yeah.
They go out and beat Toluca with 10 men.
Yes.
They start 3-0-2. They advance through the first round of CONCACAF. And you just say, okay, I know nothing. They know everything. This is great. Wonderful. Good for them. Benefit of the doubt. Okay, well, now you're starting to lose the benefits. And so the doubt starts creeping back. Chucky Lozano is not walking through that door again. I don't think his pass card works at Singing Hills. At least I'm not sure about that. So that ship has sailed. I think it's one of the strangest stories in all of global soccer. This guy who wanted to be on the Mexican national team now basically accepting $7 million ostensibly for the next 3 years to not play soccer at all. That seems insane, absolutely insane to me, that Chucky Lozano would just be like, you know what? I don't need to play anymore. I'll just take this money and I'll build a family, fortune out of it. So I still think something's going to happen. But bottom line, we gave Tyler and Mikey probably too much credit for cutting Chucky Lozano and thinking that they were prescient and geniuses. They're not geniuses for doing that, nor are they idiots now. But they do, and when I say they, I mean Tyler. Tyler needs to improve this roster. Mikey Vadas can start taking, arrows and being on the hot seat with the team not winning. No coach is going to win with that defensive back line right now. They are under-equipped. And so get through the injury storm, but most importantly, get to the window, spend some money. Are you going to bring in a DP? Another one? We need some global attacking impact on this SGFC roster.
Talking to Craig Elsten on our SDCCU fan hotline. For the Padres, Craig, obviously things are going really well right now, but feels like one of two things has to be true. Jackson Merrill went 0 for the series. Manny's not hitting. Fernando is a line drive singles hitter at the moment that doesn't hit the ball out of the yard, and they're winning anyway. Either those guys are all going to start hitting and the Padres are going to be dominant, or it's going to start catching up to them. And if they don't start hitting, this team is not going to be able to sustain what they're doing early in the season. Which is it going to be here for your San Diego Padres?
Or they'll start hitting, and as they start hitting, the team's pitching issues will resurface.
We know how this works.
That are currently doing really well, and then things kind of stay on the same course. Baseball is funny like that. Eventually, obviously, Machado for 2 years now has had slow Aprils. And then he's, last year he was slow all the way till June. And I think the year before it was Juneteenth that he locked in. Previous years, he got off to hot starts. So it's not forever. It's just recently. But, that's happening. Jackson has been a little chasey, I think, this season so far. He's been super, super aggressive. I have no concern about those guys. The fact that Bogarts is hitting well is good. The fact that they found lineup depth, that the catcher position is contributing. Bryce Johnson is contributing. Ty France is contributing. A lot of great things are happening for this Padres team. And, I was out there Saturday night at Angel Stadium, guys, with over 50 Padres hot tubbers completely taking over a section of the stadium. It sounded almost like Petco Park inside Angel Stadium, which is low-key kind of a dump in certain ways. And I just think that this team is on a really good vibe wave.
Oh, yeah.
Right now. They've won their last 6 times with Buehler or Marquez starting. That I didn't know they would win 6 times with Buehler or Marquez starting this season. They've won their last 6. They're 6-2 in those games. So there's a lot of things going well. I think Craig Stammen is having a remarkable start to his managing career. And while I'm adjusting, and I heard you guys talk about it, in the 7 a.m. segment, I'm adjusting to how he handles the bullpen. I was absolutely yelling at the bullpen going, why is Kyle Hart warming up in the 8th and not Mason Miller? Because Mike Schilt would have brought in Mason Miller with 2 outs in the 8th inning on Saturday.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Ramon Laureano
No, he-
also would have been on the bench that game, probably. Ryan O'Hearn definitely would have been on the bench. I mean,
Yeah.
You take
Campusano would be in the minors.
Yes,
that's
exactly right.
I'm not pining for Schilt. I have learned over the course of these 21 games that I now realize in retrospect how much I like how he handled the bullpen.
Yeah.
I think he was like about as close to being like tactically perfect in bullpen handling as anyone I've seen. And Stammen does not do it the same way. He is way more Bob Melvin in terms of like, let him figure it out.
Yeah.
Let him ride it out. But he seems to do it in a way that is instilling positivity in these guys. I'm going to figure it out, guys, as a fan and a viewer and an analyst. I'm going to figure out how to recalibrate to understand the way that he's doing things. But I will say in that game, Mike Trout got a little 2-out bloop double in the 6th inning off Marquez, and I thought he was going to leave in Marquez to face Shanuel, and he went ahead and went to Morejon. So I think Stammen is learning and growing as well. And the more he refines this aspect, he could become an amazing manager because clearly right now he's got the emotional side down pat. And I do like the way he has been able to take a lot of big egos in that clubhouse and reduce everyone down to kind of almost a little league feel of, hey, you're in today, you're in tomorrow. We're all
and if you're winning and doing that, that's the best of both worlds.
Yeah,
you're getting
truly.
to use everybody and you're not costing yourself games. I mean, pretty incredible start for Craig Stammen, as you said. Craig, thank you so much. We will talk to you again next Monday. Hopefully championship Monday for the Sockers.
Yeah, I'm hoping to be a little more hungover Monday as opposed to being nervous and worried about that night's championship game. So we'll find out.
That's what I
Craig
wanted to hear.
Elsten with us every single Monday. You can check out his Padres Hot Tub Chromaniacs podcast. Yeah, Craig Stammen was like, you all told me this is going to be a hard job.
No, he did not say that. He would never say that.
Like Craig just mentioned Bob Melvin. We mentioned Schilt right before that. Ruben Niebla also plays a big role in bullpen management.
Yeah.
And Craig Stammen has been here through both of those. He's kind of seen what worked, what didn't, what needs improvement.
Yeah, I love it. So far, so good, man.
All right, we'll come back. We've got some Take on Woods. Dennis Lynn will join us in our 8 o'clock hour. We'll talk more about the ownership news from Friday. All ahead with Ben Woods on 97.3 The Fan.
All right, my friends, we are halfway home on another Victory Monday here on 97.3 The Fan, the Ben Woods program. Been a good start to the season, stacking some wins right now for your San Diego Padres. And as we've all noticed, I mean, that's really what helped get us there last year. And, Benny, you talked about some of the offensive struggles from some of the superstar players. Right now, they're finding a way to get it done up and down the lineup. It's been really refreshing to see. It's not a top-heavy, it's actually a bottom-heavy lineup at this point for your San Diego Padres. Xander Bogaerts deserves a lot of praise, a lot of credit for kind of carrying the squad recently. Another RBI yesterday. Bryce Johnson with a big RBI yesterday. I mean, look, everybody's getting it done. That's the mark and the measure of a true team.
It's weird because I don't really get all that excited about anyone coming to the plate right now, but I don't dread anyone coming to the plate. And the last few seasons, there was always 2, maybe 3 spots in the lineup going,
dread.
This is, I mean, might as well go get
a sandwich,
concessions or something, or skip this inning. And it's just no chance we're going to get some offense going unless the other pitcher just hits 2 guys and puts them on for the top of our order. Now it's like you don't know when a rally's going to start. I mean, most innings they don't, but it could be any inning at all because everybody's kind of equal footing when it comes to the Padres offense.
Yeah, no question, man. It's just a good team baseball right now. You're seeing them do some things the right way, and you're seeing them get some breaks, and you're seeing them make spectacular defensive plays. They really tough team for sure. Jake Cronenworth's getting smoked in the jaw with a 97-mile-an-hour heater the other night was not something I was expecting, and him staying in the game.
Man,
I mean, what a legend,
tough,
dude.
God, for him to stay in the game like that.
When I watched him look over and wave, kind of like I need you, like come over. I screamed.
That wasn't the worst of the weekend. Was it O'Hoppe who got hit, or Darno who got hit in the throat?
It was O'Hoppe.
Yeah, O'Hoppe got hit in the throat.
Was watching with my son, who has recently caught some innings behind the dish and really likes it. And I go, still want to be a catcher? Right after that play, because that was as bad as it gets.
I remember when we used to have Little League, they had that dangler
thing. That dangler does nothing. It does less than nothing.
I bet he wishes he had one of those danglers. How do you come up with a
little plastic gobbler?
Yeah, the little gobbler.
So it's a little gobbler.
Yeah, for like right here. I got one. I got a built-in one.
It's just a hard-shelled gobbler.
Turkey waddle right there.
Yeah, I've got a built-in one here. But I don't think that thing would be swinging around when you moved, and I mean you'd really have to time it out perfectly. But it was pretty nasty. Yeah, that was somebody called that the murder game. Manny fouled that one off his inside of his foot.
Yeah,
almost made me throw up.
Just get out of Anaheim.
Beat it.
Get out of there safe.
Yeah, just kudos for to the guys. Those guys are already, you can tell, banged up and playing through it.
Speaking of the Angels, I know Padres. We have our doomers, we call them.
Yeah.
The fans who just
every
think
base has them.
I guess every fan base does them. I didn't realize how really dooming Angels fans are. I get it though. It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Good.
For good reason, man.
Exactly.
I mean, Artie Moreno's still your owner. There's some bright spots.
I saw a video. I don't know that we talked about it. It was like week 1 of the season this year. They had their was it their president or their GM? They had somebody from their own team throwing out the first pitch on their home opener, and he's getting booed on opening day. Everyone's like, dude, no, you got some huevos to come out there and be like, hey, everyone,
it was opening.
Thank me.
It was opening day. They missed the flyover. They mistimed the flyover. It was all just everything has just kind of been a train wreck.
So I tweeted after the Padres won yesterday. I just thought, I was kind of impressed. I said Angels could be a sneaky playoff contender in the AL. That's a good series win on the road for the Padres. And then I didn't think about it. I went to the movie.
Yeah.
And I got back and I checked my Twitter feed. And apparently that tweet got around some Angels, on X, Angels fans, and they started passing it around because I had all kinds of comments, and many of them were along these lines. As Angels fans, you don't have to make things up to elevate the Padres. Angels have one of the worst rosters in MLB. They lost 90-plus games with the same team, plus Taylor Ward last year. Stop being stupid because the Padres couldn't hit bad pitching for 3 games. Again, this is a theme with Padres fans this weekend. They suck for a series, so they assume the Angels are good. Why do fans do this? Someone said, I'm trying not to laugh at this tweet. I'm very skeptical of this team. The Angels fans don't want to believe right now that their team could be halfway decent.
You ever think of just not tweeting?
Well, I didn't. I mean, my intention was not at all to like rile up the Angels fan base. I gave them a compliment.
He did. He complimented them.
I complimented them, and I got attacked by them for the compliment. They don't see it in their team. Is that accurate or not accurate?
I don't think they want to be gaslit by a Padres fan. And listen, they make some valid points. We did not hit some really good pitching on Friday night, and we waited till the 8th inning to get into the bullpen after some breaks went our way. We did not go out there and torch those guys offensively, certainly. But that also is a testament, I think, to how hard the Angels played. And I think that's what you're
Padres
trying to say.
did a really good job of shutting down Mike Trout for the most part during the series. He had just come off that massive series against the Yankees, and they had a really good plan against Mike Trout. But they've got some scary power hitters. They kept saying all weekend with their first or second in baseball in home runs.
Yeah.
And the pitching that I saw, the bullpen is trash, but you can fix that at the All-Star break or at the trade deadline if you need to. But the starting pitching,
the bullpen has stuff though. They have guys that have some serious. Yeah, even letters to AJ was talking about.
Soriano's obviously one of the best in the league.
Yeah, he's the best.
Reindl looks like he could be. I mean, he's young, but man, great stuff. Detmers has gotten off to a good start. We didn't see him, but he's pitching today, and the Angels even at 11-12. Part of my reasoning was American League looks pretty down this year.
Yeah.
They're a half game out of a wild card right now. At 11-12. And I feel like they can hang around 500. And if you hang around 500 in the American League this year, you're a playoff contender, I think, in the American League. And I believe truly that the Angels can be around 500 going into the trade deadline, which is then it's up to their front office if they want to decide to add a couple of pieces at the trade deadline, which they may or may not do. I don't know.
Well, which may be the thing that has the Angel fan super worried, trusting that front office again, Perry Manassian and those guys. I mean, it's just been more of the same. I root for them. I do. Zach Neto is one of my favorite players in Major League Baseball. I absolutely love that guy. I love his attitude. I love the way he plays. He is one of my favorites in baseball. They need more. They need help. They need, better arms. They need more offense. But like you said, they're leading, baseball in home runs right now. It was a good team kind of when you got there, and you handled business against them. So
just for comparison right now, in the American League, there are only 2 teams that don't have double-digit losses. The Yankees, who have 9, and the Rays, who have 9. Every other team has double-digit losses.
Crazy.
In the National League, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 teams that don't have, including a last-place team in the Milwaukee Brewers at 12-9, who still don't have 10 losses. The National League is so far much, much tougher than the American League this year.
Insanely tough. And yeah, people in the chat said people need to stop cosplaying as Met fans. I agree. I mean, it's not going to get as bad for you as it is for the New York Mets, who have dropped 11 straight games, and which is it's almost impossible to do with that payroll. It's almost impossible.
And here's the sneaky thing: there's a team in that division that might be worse right now. The Philadelphia Phillies have only lost 5 in a row, but their run differential is 13 runs worse than the New York Mets this point at 8-13. The Phillies have been, run differential wise, the worst team in baseball this season.
Bananas.
Did anyone see that coming?
Nobody.
Those 2 teams at the bottom of that division, a combined 15-28 so far this year, given massive payrolls on both teams, superstar laden rosters. The starts they have gotten off to are absolutely horrifically bad.
Just want to let everybody know, back on whatever the Wednesday before opening day was, we went and made our MLB picks division by division. We let's see, you two both had the Phillies in first. I had them finishing second to the Mets, who you guys had in second. So all 3 of us had Mets and Phillies 1 and 2.
They have a lot of work to do just to catch the Nationals at third right now.
Crazy, man.
It's been wild. And then the NL Central, I mean, every team is at least 3 games above 500 in the NL Central right now. The Reds are one of the wildest stories. They're 14-8. They have won every close game, every 1-run game, every 2-run game, every extra inning game they have played so far this season. They have a -8 run differential, and they're 6 games above 500 at this point. Even the Cardinals at -8, they're 13-8. These teams are just finding ways to win in the National League right now.
Yeah, it's pretty insane. Postal Blue says Cincy is 14-8. First place with a negative run differential right now. Just getting it done, man. Getting it done.
Meanwhile,
it's been
500 is good enough to be in first place for the Rangers and the A's.
Yep.
In the AL West, and then the Angels are a half game out of first place. The Padres, meanwhile, are a half game out of first place with the second best record in all of baseball at 15-7, but they have pulled within a half game of the Dodgers, who are 15-6.
What time's that game on today? Is it day
That's
game?
I believe a day game today. Let's see. We've got 5:40. So
good.
Yeah,
All right.
we got an evening game in Coors Field. If the Colorado Rockies win, the Padres and Dodgers will be tied for first place about an eighth of the way through the season.
There's no way that the Rockies are going to take 3 or 4 from the Dodgers.
No
chance.
way.
Zero chance. Right? Zero.
Absolutely not.
Well, actually, there is, because remember, every team the Padres face has to get hot.
Oh,
right
yeah.
before the
That's
Padres
right.
face
Okay.
them.
Okay.
So you do not want to be the team that faces the team the Padres are about to face, because they're going to get insanely hot right before the Padres
No,
face
it's an
them.
excellent point.
And
you
then
make.
the Padres cool them off.
Excellent point you make. Yeah, man, baseball's weird this year. I saw a tweet come across my feed this morning I wanted to share. It's pretty nuts to think about some of the best pitchers in the game that are off to horrifically slow starts. Garrett Crochet, Ben, in 24 innings pitch, has a 7.88 ERA. Right now, his whip is 163.
Gave up a bunch again yesterday.
Yep.
3-run homer to Dylan Dingler. He is
One of
been
my favorite
struggling.
names to say, Dylan Dingler. Cole Reagan's got a 6 ERA. Logan Webb with an almost 6 ERA. Luzardo's got an almost 8 ERA. Kyle Bradish with an almost 6. Luis Castillo, 540. Emmett Sheehan for the Dodgers, 585. High whips for all these guys as well. And, you're talking now over the span of 3-4 starts each for these guys. It doesn't look great. And listen, plenty of time to recover and have a great season. But the slow starts, it isn't just the Padres. It's every team in baseball right now is kind of scratching their head with some of their superstars, either offensively or pitching.
All right, let's take a timeout. When we come back, we'll play our first game of the week, Take on Woods. If you'd like to be our contestant, 833-288-0973, a chance to qualify for the field-level tickets to the Padres-Phillies game on Memorial Day, 833-288-0973. We'll pick our contestant, we'll play our game, and then Dennis Lynn will join us when we get to the bottom of the hour with more Ben and Woods on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. First, though, coming out of the weekend, I feel like I need to spread this message even more. I've been doing it for the last 3 years about sdfatloss.com, just because I've had so much success with the program. The first time I've ever been able to keep weight off that I have lost. And I lost it so fast, 40 pounds in 60 days. And I did it without any injections. I did it without any prepackaged meals or shakes. I just followed my plan set out to me by my coach, my counselor at sdfatloss.com. You can do it as well. Sign up for a free consultation right now at sdfatloss.com. They'll tell you I can lose up to a pound of fat per day and 10 to 20% of your body weight in just 60 days. But what makes sdfatloss.com different is you don't rely on those injections that you'll have to keep paying for years and years if you want to keep the weight off. Oftentimes losing muscle, not fat. Lowering your metabolism instead of raising your metabolism. sdfatloss.com raises your metabolism, helps you keep the weight off like I have. Summer's approaching. Sign up right now. You can get $200 off during their spring special. Have yourself ready for the beach, ready for the pool this summer with sdfatloss.com, all based on just real foods you're eating. At sdfatloss.com, that's sdfatloss.com. Results may vary.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Always amazes me how different you and I are.
Yeah.
We're the same age.
It's what makes us work, though.
I mean, we both, our parents are very similar.
Yeah,
we
they are.
actually have very similar lives
Yes.
in many ways. But everything about us is different.
Yes.
Like, even during the show, you're constantly eating, drinking. You've got snacks you bring, breakfast.
Well, I mean,
I don't eat anything during the show almost ever.
I wouldn't say I'm constantly eating.
You're
That
chewing.
makes me sound like
You're constantly chewing.
I have an orange during the show. I have a banana during the show, and I have a protein shake during the show. Sometimes I mix in a yogurt. But it's not, I'm not in here eating
4 hours.
I'm not in here eating pizza.
I have my coffee. That's all I have.
Comparatively,
comparatively,
we don't eat a single thing.
Nothing.
Not during the show.
So I go to the gym right after the show.
So you need.
So I got to fuel.
I got to work all day. I've got to.
Why you need to be fueling up?
Like you always drink these same shakes.
Yeah,
What is
protein
in
shake.
this? It's got. There's a tagline here on the.
It's my rockin' protein shake.
It says, "Always creamy, never chalky."
Save that, number one. And I didn't know that it said that. Let's see.
Always creamy, never chalky.
Never chalky. Yeah, 50 grams of protein.
Is that the best they could come up with?
It's pretty good. It's true though. These are the best.
Okay.
This is not what does Mud say? Not a sponsor.
Not a sponsor.
The rockin' protein shake, 50 grams of vanilla protein, my favorite. And again, always.
Oh no, I like it creamy.
Always
Maybe
creamy.
I would like that then.
Never chalky. Yeah, you said you're always constantly eating. You make it sound like I'm eating pizza.
Always
and
creamy.
Burritos.
You're making good choices.
I'm making good choices.
You snack a lot during the show.
I
do not.
There can be healthy snacks.
Yeah.
That's a thing.
Hitting my protein goals every day is important for me. I bet you don't hit yours.
I don't have any.
Why not? You need to. It's so good for your brain.
Protein. I just don't think about how much every single day. Some days I'm sure I eat more. Some days I eat less. I don't really plan certain number of protein versus carbs versus vegetables. I just try to make good choices, and that's it. Sometimes I make good choices. Sometimes I don't.
Thick and creamy.
How many creamy drops do you have?
Quite a few.
Yo, Madre says chubby people defensive mode. I get it.
Always creamy, never chalky. Really need to do taglines. For a
That's
living.
fantastic.
Ben and Woods.
Always creamy, never chalky.
That's right. Put it in our Put
Your
it in
promo.
our promo. That's brilliant. Yeah, it's
I might have to
delicious.
pay some royalties to your protein
It's
shake.
very,
company.
very delicious. Shamrock Farms. Thank
This
you. for
hour
all
on
your-
96.
No,
I like it creamy.
Mhm.
This hour on 97.3 The Fan is brought to you by GL Pools, the swimming pool experts, trusted by thousands of San Diegans since 2006. Baseball is back, so is swim season. Make sure your pool is ready. Call now, mention radio for a free month of pool service. All right, let's play our game. It is time for Take on Woods. Take on Woods brought to you by Bay Alarm, security and fire alarms for every business. We got you. Sounds like there's some activity over there.
Who's this?
Is this
Yes.
Matthew?
This is Matthew.
Hi, Matthew.
Hello.
Oh, he is excited. You would like to be our contestant, I take it.
I'm an anteater. I'm a termite. I'm gonna take on wood.
All right. Matthew is fired up. It's our 5-question trivia challenge. If you beat or tie Woods, put you into the drawing, Matthew, for the field level tickets for the Padres Phillies game on Memorial Day. You get to choose between music, movies, or TV. Music category on the clock, songs that include a specific time of day. Movies category, Here Comes the Bride, 5 movies with bride in the title. And our new TV category, Star Makers, 5 TV shows that help launch the careers of actors and actresses who later became big movie stars. So music on the clock, movies, Here Comes the Bride, or TV Star Makers. Matthew, what would you like to play?
Let's do TV.
TV. All right. Star Makers. Again, 5 TV shows that help launch the careers of actors and actresses who later became much more famous in the movies. 5, you'll have 60 seconds to answer the 5 questions. You can pass if you don't know one. Since this is about actors and actresses, I'm just going to go with the questions. No theme song today. Got it, Matthew?
Got it.
All
Got
right,
it.
60 seconds on the clock. Your time begins when I start asking the first question, the category TV Star Makers. Good luck, Matthew. Let's take on Woods. Before sinking on the Titanic, Leonardo DiCaprio played Luke Brower, a homeless teen adopted into the Seaver family on later seasons of which long-running
Pain.
Correct. Long before Men in Black, Will Smith left Philly to live with his aunt and uncle in Los Angeles.
Prince of Bel-Air.
Correct. Both Jim Carrey and Jamie Foxx jump-started their careers by appearing on which Fox sketch comedy series created by Keenan Ivory Wayans?
In Living Color.
Correct. Before Die Hard, Bruce Willis played David Addison, PI partner.
Moonlighting.
Correct. Jason Segel and Linda Cardellini were 2 of the young stars of which Judd Apatow produced NBC teen comedy dramas.
Freaks and Geeks.
Wow. Matthew not only brings the energy, he brings the TV knowledge, and he is in for the drawing. 5 for 5. Well
Not bad.
played, Matthew. All right. See if you can contain your energy for a couple of minutes while Woods gets his chance to tie you, at least. All right. No, it's TV today. And no theme song, just 5 questions. You'll figure out the category as we go.
The music one's just gathering dust.
It is
at this point.
All right, 60 seconds on the clock. Your time begins when I start reading the first question. Good luck, Woods. Let's take on Matthew. Before sinking on the Titanic, Leonardo DiCaprio played Luke Brower, a homeless teen adopted into the Seaver family on later seasons of which
Growing Pains.
Correct. Long before Men in Black, Will Smith left Philly to live with his aunt and uncle in Los
Fresh
Angeles.
Prince of Bel-Air.
Correct. Both Jim Carrey and Jamie Foxx jump-started their careers by appearing on which Fox sketch comedy series created by Keenan Ivory Wayans?
Living Color.
Little
In
more
Living Color.
Correct. Before Die Hard, Bruce Willis played David Addison, PI partner of Matty
Moonlighting.
Hayes. Correct. Jason Segel and Linda Cardellini were 2 of the young stars.
Freaks and Geeks.
Wow. You
Wow.
both killed that category on Star Makers. Actors who became famous much more later
Yeah.
as movies, but where they started in television. So both of you got 5 out of 5. Matthew, congratulations.
Oh, nice
Matthew,
tie.
say hi to Woods. His energy is off the charts.
Hi, Matthew.
Hey, Woods. How you doing?
Dude, I'm good. How you doing?
I'm good.
Good.
I'm a termite because I can take on wood.
Look at you, man. 5 for 5. That's pretty good. I'll take a tie with
I
him.
get it. I see what he's.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
gonna take
He's
on
a
Woods.
termite.
He could take
He's
on
taking
Woods.
on Woods.
Very, very good. Very, very well done, sir. Congratulations.
Well, we will tent for termites and get back to you, Matthew. Hang on.
Not a decaf guy, I bet, at all. Wow.
We've had Matthew on before. I remember that energy
Yeah,
level
I did too.
distinctly in a previous game of Take on Woods. He qualified. You'll have another chance tomorrow. I'll put a new TV category in there, and we will play again tomorrow morning.
Matthew, more like Matthew.
But nicely done, Woods. Yeah, I wasn't sure if you'd get all of those Freaks and Geeks.
Freaks and Geeks is amazing, by the way.
Is it a good show?
So
I
much
never
fun.
watched it. I never watched it.
So many people. It was all their first. That whole crew:
Yeah.
Jason
Yeah.
Segel, Linda Cardellini, James Franco. Before his career went
The
the way
skids.
it went.
Yeah.
But I mean, so many people like all started on the show that they were all 17, 18, 19-year-old kids, and it was really good.
Good.
All right, why don't we take time out? When we come back, we will talk with our friend Dennis Lynn from The Athletic. Lots of stories on the Padres sale over the weekend. And, of course, one of the hottest teams in baseball, having won 13 of their past 15 games. Dennis will join us coming up next, broadcasting live from the Bill House Studios. We know how. It's Ben and Woods on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. GEGE 000-466. For a full list of games and rules, play at 7 Mile Casino. Visit 7milecasino.com.
Wonder if any Tier 1s took our advice and went to 7 Mile Casino over the weekend, maybe enjoyed that weekend brunch on Saturdays and Sundays at Sammy's, enjoyed the patio, and most of all, enjoyed San Diego's best, closest card room.
It's exactly right. Just 7 minutes from Petco Park, my friends. You can sit down, play California-style blackjack, Texas Hold'em, Pai Gow, and Baccarat, and you'll have a great time doing it. It's a smoke-free environment as well. So it doesn't smell like you've been in a casino when you leave there, right?
Yep.
And you'll have a great time. They're really, really cool people, and it's a really cool spot.
Don't need to go to Vegas to find some high limits. They got good high limit action at 7 Mile Casino if you're one of those kind of players, and they'll take good care of you. 35% off food while you're at the table if you like to sit down for a while and play marathon sessions of Texas Hold'em. They know how to do it at 7 Mile Casino. Check it out today right off the 5 Freeway, Bay Boulevard in Chula Vista. It's 7 Mile Casino, just 7 minutes from downtown.
He just here. I'll show you a little. Just a little.
Please
Just a
don't.
little bit. What hurts on you?
Nothing at all.
A little bit.
Not that now.
So let's say
whatever you're about to touch is the only thing.
Let's say
It's gonna hurt.
Right?
All right, yeah.
Okay.
Pretend your knee hurts.
Pretend your knee.
It's going to in a second.
Right here.
Oh, that is not pleasant.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
With a guest to go away to Weezer on their Weezer the Gathering tour. Get hooked up with flights, a 2-night hotel stay, a pair of tickets to see Weezer, plus a meet and greet with the band and a signed set list thanks to Live Nation and Crush Music. All you have to do to enter is listen to us on the Odyssey app. Download the free app, create your account, favorite our station, and listen for an hour to get your daily entry, and then come back every day for another chance to win. This is a national contest. All right, last week we did not get to talk to Dennis Lin. He was a little under the weather. Ended up being a very busy week, though, for everybody who covers the San Diego Padres, culminating with Friday's breaking news about the sale announcement, which could come from the team perhaps as soon as this week. We will chat with Dennis right after a check of traffic here on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center. Injured? Demand justice. Demand Jurowitz. 855GetRoss.com.
I-805 northbound is sluggish and stretches between Highway 54 and Highway 52. I-5 northbound is slow in spots from Highway 54 to 163. 163 southbound is slow from Interstate 8 to I-5.
Traffic brought to you by Albertsons, Vons, and Pavilions. Shop Albertsons and Vons for savings on family favorites. Right now, get USDA Choice New York Steak Bone-In Value Packs for $7.99 per pound with membership where applicable. And first of the season Sweet Bicolor Corn is just $5 for $1 with digital coupon. Limit 10.
Happy Monday, Padres fans. It's time to discuss the weekend that was for the Padres with our Ben & Woods Linsider, Dennis Lin from The Athletic. Brought to you by Hamul Casino Resort. Hey, player, the rooftop pool's open. Day passes are available, and the spa is calling your name. Hamul Casino Resort, the player's place.
Let's bring on Dennis Lin from The Athletic. First of all, Dennis, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling a lot better.
Okay,
Thank
good.
You. Yeah, fact that that was a good reminder. I'm the opposite of a hardy professional athlete, but the fact that some of these guys like Nick Pivetta, I guess his last start, go out there with under the weather every now and then is a good reminder these people are human and they have to deal with a lot of things. So glad to be feeling better. But yeah, last week was not the funnest week. So a lot going on too with the team.
Well, I kind of made the joke earlier too. It's like, yeah, we were kind of waiting on some of this news to drop, and then of course it breaks. Of course, when you're feeling like death warmed over, you have to collect yourself, sit down, dig deep, make the phone calls, send the texts, and then write, article after article about the potential impending sale. Any idea, Dennis, when, final T's and I's and all that are done?
It's interesting. I think it's possible the team announces, we have an agreement this week and it's pending approval by obviously 75% of the league, which I believe would be, 22 owners of other teams at least. I think there's obviously an expectation that when you have a number like 3.9 billion out there, everyone's probably pretty eager to sign off on that because it raises their own franchise values. But at the same time, there's a lot we still don't know or don't know for sure. For example, who else is in this ownership group with Feliciano and Jones and what they're all about. And it's my understanding the 4 finalist groups or at least the finalist bidders, the control people or would-be control people in each of these groups that were bidding for the Padres, they were all pre-approved by, the commissioner's office, but there's still going to be some vetting that needs to be done. And I'm sure the commissioner's office would like to get this wrapped up by, well before the All-Star break, because by then we're going to be all about CBA talk and a lot of, jockeying going on with the Players Union. And right now, this is a pretty big, arrow in the quiver of the Players Union. The fact that Padres, the so-called small market Padres, are about to sell for, a valuation of 3.9 billion. It's probably not, Feliciano and Jones, putting up 3.9 billion is going to be a percentage of that. So still pretty big number and big headline number for people to talk about for sure.
Dennis Lin from The Athletic joining us on our SDCCU fan hotline. It's not big bank banking, it is better. And lots of words written about the potential impact on the upcoming CBA negotiations, whether it could help or hurt. Your colleague Britt Giroli wrote about it as well in The Athletic. What do you think, Dennis? I mean, a $3.9 billion sale price is going to be argued by players that owners are doing so well that why on earth should we even entertain the idea of a salary cap? Meanwhile, other people are saying maybe they're right. Maybe the owners will decide maybe we don't have to fight for a salary cap. If the Padres sell for $3.9 billion, let's keep the labor peace, just figure out a way to just keep the gravy train running this offseason.
Yeah, maybe I'm just being overly optimistic, but I think it's a good thing for both sides. Obviously, if you're the Players Union, again, you're gonna just talk that number to death. See, like, hey, like what's the problem here? Like, where business is booming for the Padres, who are maybe 30th in local media revenue, and obviously the owners are they're happy about their franchise valuations right now. But also at the same time, have to remember that the Minnesota Twins were on the market for a long time. They couldn't quite get like 1.7 or 1.8 not so long ago. I think the Tampa Bay Rays sold for around that price just last year. Washington Nationals couldn't get like $2 billion just a couple years ago. So I think San Diego is a bit of an outlier, as much as Scott Boras wants to say they're not. They play in a great city with great weather, the best weather in the country. They have this sold out stadium every single night. It feels like, and yeah, there's just some unique, market factors in San Diego. But at the same time, I think, the fact that Peter Seidler invested, Ron Fowler invested back in the day and showed what can be possible. And again, maybe the league's smallest media market. I know it doesn't feel that way with, some of these crowds we see at Petco, but I think it's a good thing for everyone around the game that, 3.9 is the number we're talking about right now.
Talking to our pal Dennis Lin from The Athletic. Great piece that you wrote, talking about Manny, talking to the potential owners, maybe on the phone, just getting a brief idea, a semblance of what they're going to bring to the table. Now, it's important, obviously, in your job, you got to look at all things. So what are some concerns that you may have about a potential new ownership group with Jose Feliciano leading the charge?
Well, number one, how much of his net worth is tied up in Chelsea FC, and how much money is he going to be able to spend on the Padres? I don't imagine you go through a bidding process this competitive and put up so much money. Again, we don't know the percentage if you're not serious about wanting to win and wanting to compete on the field too. But my number one concern, would be, again, just like how liquid is he at this point? Because if you listen to Forbes, he's worth $3.9 billion, which coincidentally is just it's the valuation of the team right now. So
every dollar. So now he's worth $0.0.
Yeah, it's all on paper. Everything's on paper
Oh,
these
yeah.
days. So it's going to be interesting to see, just how, committed he and his wife are to, maybe emulating Peter Sadler, as Manny spoke very optimistically about over the weekend. And again, who else is in the ownership group with him? He definitely has minority owners or minority investors. From what I understand, Clear Lake Capital, his private equity firm, is not involved right now. That doesn't mean they can't be involved at some point, but even, private equity firms, they can only take up to a certain percentage under league rules. So it's going to be interesting to see just how much money this group has. But I mean, if they outbid the others and the other groups are very wealthy, maybe even wealthier than Feliciano and Jones, I think that, speaks to the fact that this guy is very competitive. And I think, there's been a lot said or speculated about Chelsea and how their fans are, ready to like burn down the building right now. But I think, this is, it sounds like a kind of a side project for him and his wife, and we'll see how that goes. But I think there's a lot of optimism early on.
Talking to Dennis Lynn, and you get a new piece this morning about Ramon Laureano, who has now settled into the leadoff spot for the San Diego Padres. And one thing that you wrote that may be helping Ramon Laureano is apparently he shrunk during the offseason. Explain, Dennis.
Yeah, I think this is a big talking point going to spring training and early in the season. But, with the ABS system now, everyone has to have their precise heights listed out there. No more people fudging to say I'm 6'2" when I'm 5'11". And in Ramon's case, it turns out he's actually 5'9", which I think any of us who've stood near him could tell you. But I think that just makes it more impressive what he's doing. I know he hasn't robbed a home run this season, but I was just reminded just over the weekend that he robbed 3 in a 3-week stretch last summer after joining the Padres. And he's actually swinging more at the plate, despite the fact that the strike zone, or at least the called strike zone, has slightly shrunk with ABS. He's having success there. And then in the field and left field, he's a better defender than he was last season. He's talked about, or, he told me about, just going back, looking at the numbers, and he was probably maybe starting too deep in the field last year. So going in was maybe a little bit of a challenge from last season. And this season he's moved in a little bit on average, and that's helped him, get some more balls. And when you combine him with, Tatis in right field, 2-time Platinum Glove winner, and, Jackson Merrill, who's obviously learning the position very quickly and very well, you have a really good outfield to work with. So I think Ramon Laureano deserves a lot of credit for, being open at age 31 to new things. And he's just a guy who kind of devours advanced metrics and everything. Kind of reminds me of Tommy Pham, just how into the game he is and kind of no nonsense. And as Craig Stammen describes, an ankle biter. So I think the Padres have finally found their leadoff man, at least for now.
Yeah, he's like a much, much better version of Tommy Pham. Like Tommy Pham had really good numbers before he got here. Ramon's been one of the guys that had good numbers, but even has blossomed a little bit more since he got here to San Diego, which, Dennis, we've seen plenty of acquisitions over the years go the complete other way. The Adam Frazier's of the world, guys come here and
Ryan Ludwig,
they forget how to hit. And he's really come in and embraced the team, and the team and the city have embraced him. And, I got to think, if you're AJ, it's a guy that you like having around. The players love him. He's you want him on the bench. Like he's a beast. And is that somebody they would look at extending a couple of years at least?
I think so. I think also there was talk about possibly trading him in the offseason, knowing that he's going to be a free agent after this year. Of course, barring a potential extension. Now, whether the Padres want to and whether they have the flexibility right now with, ownership changing, those are two separate questions. I think ideally, yeah. I mean, they would love to have this guy around, but he's also, on the wrong side of 30. And even if he's seems like he's getting better right now, that's always a risk that, front offices have to weigh. But you look at the farm system, there's not a lot coming in the outfield, at least anytime soon. So I think, once ownership gets, everything official and they get in, and maybe Preller and the front office have more to work with, at least financially, maybe that will be a conversation. I expect it to be at, near the top of the list, because again, he's arguably been their best, overall position player since he got here last August.
I'm just kind of spitballing here, but if I was a new owner coming in, whatever my long-term plan is, I'd want to win over the fans right away. There's not much you can do during the season. I mean, even to pull off a trade, you might have to add payroll, but you also need the prospect capital. We're not sure if the Padres have that, but you can extend your own players I mean, would it be out of the realm if Jose Feliciano wanted to come in and make a statement or two? Ramon Laureano, Adrian Morejon, you could look at a couple of the
Michael
guys
King,
who are approaching free agency and say, let's take care of these guys and let's have an early win. Get Padres fans to trust us in the early going.
Yeah, definitely something to think about. Also for these guys, they're getting close to free agency, so the better they play, the more they're thinking about, what can I get in the open market. But right now, things are hot in San Diego. It's fun to play in San Diego, so I think there obviously would be probably some mutual interest from at least a couple of these guys. So, but I think again we'll have to wait and see how the ownership, kind of the sales situation, how it settles out first, and get these guys in the building first before they can really have serious talks about that. But I'm sure if you're AJ Preller right now, that's maybe again the number one thing on your list.
Dennis, one of our tier ones asked if I would ask you about this, and I thought it probably the right time to do it. Ben Badler over the weekend, he writes for Baseball America, went down and watched Yoel King, who is one of the top pitchers in the 2027 international class, 6'6", 245, throws 100 miles an hour. He's 16 years old. The reports were the Padres had this kid locked up. Then I saw a report last week that said they didn't. And now Ben Badler is saying, oh, no, he big arm for the San Diego Padres. And he fully expects them to sign. Did you see that report? And is there any clarification on this kid? Because that's pretty nasty, man. 100 at 16 is somebody you want.
Yeah, I did see that. And, in most cases with the international market, which is a really tough market to cover, and I'll give people like Ben Badler a lot of credit. Jesse Sanchez back in the day for MLB.com. I'll mostly defer to those guys. I think, Ben's as good as anyone in the business on that stuff. So, Ben still thinks, they're committed to him and he's committed to them. I think there's a pretty good chance of, him signing up to be a Padre, in the future. And Padres, this is very much their style, going for the biggest upside guy or one of the biggest bonus guys in a given international class. And last couple of years, it's last few cycles, it's kind of been mixed returns with Ethan Salas. But you look at Leo DeVries and what he got for you, and Mason Miller. So I think it's a strategy that definitely makes sense to some extent. So maybe this is a guy you can get, and maybe he eventually turns into something. At the major league level, it's such a small hit rate with these guys. Or you can try to replicate the Mason Miller trade and get the next great closer in San Diego somehow.
Finally, Dennis, speaking of international, the Padres go international later this week down to Mexico City for a couple of games. But that means a kind of an interesting week at altitude with 3 games in Colorado and then 3 games even higher in Mexico City, and with a team that's starting pitching's been a little bit, lack of depth because of injuries. Any reason for concern this week?
Yeah, I think number one, the Padres just love to have Fernando Tatis Jr. on the board and hit a home run. And
so close.
What better week to do it than this week, right?
This is the week. It has to happen this week. It has to.
Yeah, and it looks like he's lifting the ball a little more recently, not getting rewarded for yet, but still, of course, hitting the ball very, very hard. So you would think, this has to be the week, like you said, Woodsy. But yeah, the pitching staff, I think that is something to monitor for sure. The bullpen still nails, obviously, but I think German Marquez, as admirably as he's done so far, got maybe a little bit lucky the other night in Angel Stadium, and Walker Buehler showing some promising signs. Matt Waldron, obviously not the season debut he wanted. So yeah, there's still a lot up in the air right now with the rotation, and this is going to be a really, really good test of that, especially playing at 5,000, 8,000 feet or whatever Mexico City is. So I know we all remember that series from a few years ago where the offense kind of felt like it got going there, but the pitchers definitely hated it. So it's kind of a double-edged sword for sure.
Dennis, appreciate it. We'll be refreshing The Athletic a lot as we look for more official ownership news and stuff on the Padres. We'll talk to you again next Monday.
Thanks, guys. Sounds great.
Thanks, Dennis Lynn from The Athletic, brought to you by Jamul Casino. Appreciate Dennis's contributions every week. Glad he's feeling better. With lack of pitching depth, it's good that they have an off day today and an off day on Friday. Could mitigate
big time
a little bit of that. If someone did end up a 2-inning start or something, you worry what happens to the bullpen in 5 straight games at altitude. But that off day on Friday could help reset everything.
Is Mexico City's higher than
Denver?
Higher.
Yeah, like 3,000 feet higher than Denver.
like significantly higher.
But you know what? They're Arizona home games, so you're not losing anything at Petco. You don't have to go to twice to Arizona.
That's true.
You know, make the best of it. You know, make hay this week and see if you can keep it going. All right, Paulie's got a Reindl Report. More headlines. We missed a lot already this weekend, so we'll get to some of that coming up next with Ben and Woods on 97.3 The Fan. Had a little discussion during the break, and we're going to make a bit of a change. Makes sense. So this Wednesday, we're going to do our management report early since Craig Stammen, they don't have a game on Friday. They're going to be flying in Mexico City. It's Craig Stammen week, so he's going to join us on Wednesday.
Yeah, love it.
It seemed a little bit easier for us and the Padres. But because we have a game and everything on Wednesday, we're going to move our mock the draft up to tomorrow. Just got to get the final touches on it, but tomorrow, sometime between 7:30 and 8, we will do our annual Ben Mocks the Draft top 10 picks.
Yes.
So be tuned in if you enjoy that content.
It's the only real draft coverage
It
that you
is.
need.
Literally all you need.
By the way, our draft coverage on 97.3 The Fan is presented nationally by Liberty Mutual Insurance. Only pay for what you need. For us, that means mock the draft. And that is now tomorrow, 7:30 to 8 a.m.
Liberty Mutual's like, wait, what did we say?
What did we pay for? I don't know about this. Ben pulls guys that are like 8th rounders and moves them into the first. It's all about the names.
It's all based on the names and what I can do with them.
Be cool if you actually hit one time. Some rando.
I went through like 250 draft possibilities.
Looking for anything.
Just to look for anything I could just sink my teeth into a little bit.
I do like
I
do like carnal relations for Carnal Tate. Yeah, so you won't. So Wednesday we'll have Stammen because they are. That's a travel day. Friday.
Thursday's the travel day.
Thursday,
Friday
they have a game in Mexico City.
They don't have a game. They don't have nothing. But I assume they have MLB. Yeah, it's just a 2-game series on Saturday and Sunday.
Saturday and Sunday.
So I assume they've got like MLB.
Are you sure?
Is
that
events
right?
and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
Okay.
Saturday and it's Friday.
It would have made more sense if they played today, had Thursday off, play Friday, Saturday, get Sunday off, and then travel back to San Diego.
The Dodgers and the Rockies are playing today, so you couldn't do the 3
I know,
games
that's what I'm saying. They
series.
screwed up the
they
schedule.
did. But so yeah, it's a
Did
weird
the Dodgers
Friday
and
off
Rockies
day.
have to play a 4-game series that ends on Monday?
Right. No, they did not. So you'll be in Nevada. Friday.
I will be off. Yeah, I'm off on Friday.
Okay.
So, but I won't miss Craig Stammen because we're going to have him on Wednesday,
which is great.
Which
Paulie
is
and I
nice.
have a lot of tricks up our sleeve.
Fun.
It's going to be
enjoy,
very fun.
Enjoy yourself.
We will.
Plus, you'll have your draft coverage of round 1 on Thursday, which I'm sure you'll really dive.
I'm
deep
actually
into.
interested in the draft because I have
Jeremiah Love.
I have a couple of guys, potential first rounders. So I'm very excited, and it'll be fun to see who my new team is.
I saw the Arizona Cardinals. Now, you can't believe anything this time of year.
Right.
Arizona Cardinals are very interested in Jeremiah Love, but they have the 3rd pick and they feel like that's a little high for a running back. So they're wondering, does anyone want to trade back or trade up, and we can trade back and still get the guy we want.
Love.
But
yeah,
see, if everybody knows that, then no one's going to offer you what you want. It's a complex whole deal, the draft.
It's going to be different, having to put on an Arizona Cardinals hat. I'm rooting for whoever he goes to. So that's my guy. So where he goes is where I go. Now, you just hope it's not a team that I really don't like. But that's the way that the cookie crumbles sometimes.
Bennett Woods brought to you by David P. Shapiro, criminal defense attorneys, helping good people regain control of their future when charged with a crime since 2010. Visit davidpshapirolaw.com. Paulie, take it away.
And get things started here with our today's edition of the Reindl Report.
Now tuned into the greatest.
Welcome to the Reindl Report with Paul Reindl.
Hi, Paul.
All right.
2 stories from the world of sports that we haven't gotten to yet.
We'll start off in Major League Baseball.
And 1 story that you didn't know you needed.
Are you laughing, biatch?
It's the Reindl Report
Hey, Paul, how you doing? Okay, how are you?
on 97.3 The Fan.
Are you ready to bless the mood? I need some help, please.
That was good.
Can I get a oh yeah? Oh yeah.
All right. All right. Happy Monday, gentlemen.
Happy Monday.
Where do we want to start here? We'll start actually a little, we just talked about football. I got a little college football update for you guys. Saw this over the weekend. Some college bowl news from over the weekend. Brett McMurphy reporting this. First, we'll start with Puerto Rico is going to get their first college bowl game ever as part of the 2026 lineup. Let me try to pull up where that is because this whole story is actually about the other game. So Puerto Rico is getting a bowl game, and then this one totally had forgotten about this entirely. The Poinsettia Bowl is returning to San Diego. It has not been around in 10 years. The last one was held in 2016. And according to Brett McMurphy, the Poinsettia Bowl going to return to San Diego, and it could feature champions from the Mountain West and the newly formed or newly reformed Pac-12, meaning San Diego State could, in theory, could get a bowl game in San Diego again.
Which would be pretty cool.
And they're still going to keep the Holiday Bowl, right?
I know Mark Neville, who runs the Holiday Bowl, did not confirm that report, but he also did not deny it.
Mm-hmm.
I do believe that they were needed a couple of bowl games because the LA Bowl is gone. So they needed a place to put the new Pac-12 teams and some of the old Mountain West teams. And having the two champions meet makes some sense.
Yep.
So, you could have San Diego State against UNLV or something in the championship game. It's not all that prestigious for.
Is that spider inside or out?
Pac-12. I think it's inside. It might be outside. Are you worried about it?
I mean, it's a pretty big one. All right, it's outside.
It's on the other side of the glass.
How did he get?
I mean, you saw the shadow of the spider.
I just saw him running
on the
across.
inside. Yes,
scared me to death.
So, I mean, I think why did the Poinsettia Bowl go away? And did they not? They didn't have a sponsor, and they were having trouble, I think, filling the stadium.
Lost that poinsettia money. It dried up.
Really? Well, you're only selling the flowers like 2 weeks out of the year.
Guys,
how do you make money?
We got to start moving some of these, man. And we're going to lose this bowl game,
Easy.
dude.
You stop spending it on naming rights for bowl games.
That's right.
Like, we only make money 2 weeks out of the year, and we're spending $40,000 or whatever.
Way
it costs.
more.
I don't know.
Way more.
I think that,
Way more.
I think it was more like the Orange Bowl or the. It wasn't actually a
So
start selling some of these oranges.
I think this is
ASAP.
becoming a bit of a trend with some of the bowl games. These there's so many bowl games. Some of these lesser bowl games that you just don't even hear about. You don't remember them. It's because the names are like they change every couple of years and companies run out of money, and so
they
had to
stop doing it.
They had to replace several bowl games, and so Puerto Rico is one of them. The Poinsettia Bowl is returning. That's another one of them. And then says here, in 2026, we talk about March Madness expansion. People are like, you got 68 teams, bro.
Right.
They have 82 teams in football that play postseason football, whether it's a bowl game or the college football playoff. 82 teams needed for 41 bowl games, which includes the 12-team college football playoff.
Man, nuts. Yeah. Well, welcome back, Poinsettia Bowl. Maybe.
More tickets to sell, more
Yeah.
sponsorships to sell.
That's right.
If it's true, I wish the best of luck to our friend Mark Neville.
Yes.
Great guy. Has a lot on his plate with those red coats every year.
Over in Hoops, had an update here. Charles Barkley was in the news over the weekend. On Friday, he joined Mad Dog Unleashed over on Sirius XM Radio. And they were talking about Michael Jordan. And him and Charles Barkley have not really spoken at all in
14 years.
Yeah, it was almost 15. Yeah, back in 2012, Barkley was doing an interview on ESPN Chicago, and, and didn't have the most glowing review of Michael Jordan and how things were going with him owning the then Charlotte Bobcats at the time, and just saying like, look, he hired a bunch of yes men.
That's right.
It's not going well. He doesn't really know what he's doing, which if anybody remembers how Michael Jordan, the executive, was, he wasn't wrong. Charles Barkley was not wrong. And Michael, like everything, took exception to that. And
Michael ever take anything personally?
And they haven't spoken in 15 years. So on Friday, he told Mad Dog.
He can. I love it.
Chuck told Mad Dog Unleashed, we have had a conversation. We're going to get together and we are going to play some golf as soon as basketball is over.
They're not filming this or anything, are they? This isn't like a bid.
The match.
At Jordan's Club 23 or whatever it's called down there. XXIII.
Yeah, it looks amazing. Oh my God, does it look incredible? And how about Jordan now? Like NASCAR.
So he's turned out to be a better NASCAR executive than he ever was a basketball
100%.
executive.
He may end up being a better NASCAR executive than he was a basketball player.
They
if
won
he
another
keeps going.
NASCAR race this weekend.
Isn't that like 6 or
and
something?
the funny thing is, he keeps doing post-game interviews like on Fox, so they get more Michael Jordan interviews than the actual NBC company where he works for was supposed to be like on all season. Remember, Mike Tirico interviewed him for the opening night of basketball season. We've never seen him again other than clips from that same interview from way back in like November with Michael Jordan, and not heard of again on their NBC coverage all season long. Well, now we're in the playoffs, had the first playoff games over the weekend.
Here's what's funny. So let's say me and you, we've been friends a long time. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to do my own thing. And I do another show without you. And it's not going great. And you get on, somebody interviews you, you're like, that show's terrible. I'd be furious at you. I'd be furious. Right? So you kind of understand Jordan's perspective.
So you're saying I can't be honest to a friend?
I think you can, but I think
privately.
I think maybe privately.
Maybe
maybe not
Barkley
publicly.
Told him privately that you
like, hey, dude, like,
running
hey,
this team.
you got to get some dudes in there that like will disagree with you.
I think Jordan was in a bad situation. Remember why they're called the Charlotte Bobcats? Because their owner was Bob Johnson, and he was the Bobcats. I mean, that was just a bad team.
Is that why they did it?
The quote back in 2012 or whenever that was Barkley on ESPN Chicago. I love Michael, but he just has not done a good job. Even though he is one of my great friends, I can't get on here and tell you he's done a great job.
Sorry,
he has not done a great job.
Okay.
Plain and simple.
Yeah.
I mean, it's your.
I love
if
Woodsy.
they ask
That's my
you-
guy. But
okay, so I'm going to defend Charles here. They asked him the question on air.
Correct.
His credibility is
He's on the line.
He can say
you can't say he's done a good job.
Yeah, no, he's
doing
totally
great.
done a great job.
All right, ask me. I'll be Barkley. This is how you do it.
All right, Charles.
Yeah.
Michael running the Charlotte Bobcats.
Mhm.
What do you think of the job that he's done so far?
I mean, look, I think there's plenty of room to grow. Nowhere to go but up for Michael Jordan right now with this squad. And Mike, listen, one thing I know about Mike, that dude's going to put his nose to the grindstone, and he's a winner. He's going to get it done. That's it.
That's still enough that Michael still won't speak
Probably
to you again
furious.
for 15 years.
Did Michael want him to be like, he's amazing. He's the next Jerry Buss.
Also, you ever hear Charles Barkley speak?
He
doesn't
off
talk
the
like
cuff,
that. Come
dude.
on, he's
Yeah.
a knucklehead.
Yeah,
and
he
it's
doesn't
going
know
terrible.
he doesn't know
and
what he's doing.
They don't know what they're doing down there.
And see, Michael needs to know that about Chuck. too.
Exactly.
He needs to know the source here.
By the way, not a single game over the weekend in the NBA decided by fewer than 9 points.
Yeah, that's not what you want.
And every home team won except the Detroit Pistons got knocked off by the Magic. That was kind of a shocker.
Their owner furious right now.
Every other home team won their first game and got some more games tonight, a bunch of games tomorrow.
That Wemby's first playoff game?
35 points. Beat
man.
Tim Duncan's franchise record for playoff debut. He looked good against the Blazers last night. That was the final game of the weekend.
Finally got a story here out
I
of
may watch
Southern
some.
California.
First round.
I may
Don't
watch
worry
some.
about it.
All right.
First round sucks.
Let me know when.
The Irvine Police Department, over the last few days, they had put out a post on social media announcing that they had seized $34,000 worth of stolen Legos in part of a nationwide heist at Targets. Guy was going around to different Targets and stealing, cracking open boxes of Legos and stealing collectible Lego parts. And it totaled over $34,000. Now, what he did they come in like the plastic bags inside of the cardboard box for Legos. He was taking the bag of Legos out of the box that he had ripped open. And then he was putting in bags of dry pasta that when you shake it, it kind of sounds like possible Lego
like
pieces.
Legos.
100% it does.
So he was like going to the pasta aisle of Targets, grabbing bags
He
of
didn't even
pasta,
bring his own pasta. He stole the pasta, to put
cutting
into
open the
Lego
boxes, pulling out the expensive Legos, and putting the pasta
don't they have
back in.
security cameras on every
They do.
aisle?
Yeah, they do, and that's how they were
That's how they
eventually
caught him.
able to catch him. The police
Why
department.
are you stealing Legos?
I mean, for
My
some
son
people,
loves
it's like
Legos.
baseball cards.
If
it's a collectible.
If Taylor got popped stealing Legos, I'd go, all right, I understand. He loves Legos. I've softened my anti-Lego stance that I used to have. There was no Legos allowed. He's so good at it that you're like, how could I as a father be like, you're not allowed? Like, of course have a ball. He's so good.
You're really just delaying the inevitable. At some point, someone's going to buy the box, open it, find pasta in
Right,
it, and
right.
they're going to come back to the store and say, hey, my box was filled with pasta. And they're going to go, well, let's go and look at the tape and see how that happened.
I've seen
It's
Legos
not
in
the
the store.
perfect crime. It's not the perfect crime.
It's not.
I've seen them now behind like the locked glass aisle protecting
Like
setup
baseball
or
cards.
whatever.
They used to just be baseball cards and you grab them now.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, if you shook a
under lock
box
and
of baseball cards and it sounded like pasta, you could probably pull off a similar heist.
Now there's a limit. There's a limit. They limit you on what you can buy. Like you can't go in and buy like 4 boxes. You can only buy 2
baseball cards.
Yes.
It's like cold medicine.
I see pictures all the time on Reddit of like, it'll be like 9 a.m. at a Walmart or a Target, and there's just 40-year-old men all huddled around waiting for the aisle to get stocked up on new cards so that they can just wipe it out. And you're like, it's kind of sad. It's really sad. It's kind of funny. But you're like, that used to be only like what the kids would do. They would run in and go grab the cards. And now it's just full of adults. It's just hoping to grab a box as soon as possible.
Yep. Julian says, first Kit Kats, now Legos. What's next on the massive heists? We had that on the Reindl Report last week, the Kit Kat theft in Europe.
Yeah.
TOM says, Target will let you steal. Build a case until it's a felony and you've stolen enough. Then they will go after you because they can't do it. Like the misdemeanors, it's like it's not a deterrent.
So I can go steal some top
as long as you keep it
today.
under the felony amount, they won't bother. I don't know. I told you I went to the movies last night, and you have to sit through ads while you're waiting. Target ad came on, and they were just the happiest people in the world shopping at Target. Like
pretty happy there.
I don't know that I've ever seen anyone that happy at a Target.
It's also commercial. You don't want them walking around like the dog died.
They were way too happy just to be shopping at Target.
I mean,
way too happy.
I always like the commercials where it's a big adult party and it's all adults and everyone's drinking Sprite. It's hysterical. Everyone's around the pool. They're in bikinis. They're like, yeah, they're drinking Sprite. I'm like, all right.
The Irvine Police Department on their social media post, they decided to add a little flavor into their description here. It says the suspect purchased Lego sets from Target, removed valuable minifigures and pieces from the boxes, and in some cases replaced them with dried pasta. You read that correctly. We are talking about wheat semolina pasta and what we are calling a positively terrible plan.
Positively. You know what? We took Bo to the grocery store yesterday. You know what pasta he picked out?
Ooh, let me guess.
So I said, we're walking down the aisle. We're going to make spaghetti for dinner. I go,
Pick a pasta.
Pick a pasta.
Fusilli.
Is it the corkscrews?
Yeah.
So
they look interesting.
Bro, I had to eat my meal because they're little. So I had to take the bowl and be like shoveling it into my mouth because I couldn't.
You want long noodles.
Yes,
you
I need
want
noodles.
Spaghetti or fettuccine or something.
I want a mouthful.
Right.
Whoa. Of pasta. And here I am. Last night, like 1, 2, 3.
Kids,
Little
kids
tiny
like the individual pastas, the elbow macaronis,
makes me
and
nuts.
Fusillis, and the penne.
Big
penne.
Yeah,
Love
big
the penne.
fat pastas.
All right, what's your favorite pasta?
Probably penne or spaghetti noodles.
I like the wide ribbon one, the not fettuccine. What's even
the farfalle?
No, farfalle is what's the tagliatelle or
I don't even know that one. I don't think so.
Whatever the wide long ribbon noodle is.
Really? Is that like a lasagna noodle kind of?
No, not that wide. Ribbon
pappardelle.
Pappardelle.
I don't know if I've had
the
that
one
before.
I like. Yes, pappardelle.
Yeah, but I go, all right, you can pick. And he goes, I want those. I go, okay. Literally last night, Hannah's looking at me. I have my bowl up and I'm scraping the food in my mouth so that I can get a bite to eat. One little fork on one little thing was killing me.
So pasta is very specifically, each pasta is designed to go with a specific sauce.
Correct.
Right.
Like thinner sauces, thicker sauces, with like the shapes are designed to catch the right amount.
Correct.
Of sauces for the bites. The Italians have thought long
They
and
really
hard.
have.
We just haphazardly go through the aisles and grab a box of this and a jar of this sauce.
It's
Never even
totally
thinking what
haphazard.
goes
About
together.
because there's so many different types of pasta, and if you're making let's say you're gonna make a roux and make like a homemade mac and cheese or whatever, you want the little small shells or something, and that may not work as well with
very
red
very
pasta.
important. They laugh at us going, no, that you put in the wrong sauce
With the
in the
wrong
wrong
thing.
pasta.
I do not like the fusilli corkscrews. I just don't like them. What is that made for?
That one, I think, generally might be like with a pesto. It grabs the little tiny.
I feel like those never cook evenly.
Never. They're half
Some are
crunchy, half soft.
crunchy.
Yes. Paulie, it was a whole nightmare. It was a whole nightmare.
Gonzo says pasta filibuster quite early today on our team.
It's so true, though.
Yeah, pasta salad for the corkscrews, like with a little like oil and vinegar dressing. A cold salad.
Yeah.
You kind of want those.
That's true.
Yeah, you don't want
true.
noodles
Pasta
in a cold salad.
No,
Yeah.
you don't want spaghetti noodles or big thick linguine
that
noodles.
would be terrible.
Yeah, I mean, it would be fine. It's still pretty good.
I mean, it's all made of the same
It's
stuff.
The same
but the shape does matter.
It does. It really does.
I
Size
know
does
what I'm having
matter.
for dinner tonight.
That's what I learned.
Pasta night, all of a sudden.
Shape and size matters.
Size matters.
All right. Thank you, Paulie. Good work. When we come back, I just got an email about something Xander Bogaerts is doing. I haven't read through it, but I will share whatever that announcement is, and we can talk some more Padres baseball coming up with Ben and Woods on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. And I know what you're thinking. Well, Ben, you can't eat pasta because of the SD fat loss. No, absolutely I can. While I was losing the weight, yeah, sure. I was pretty much sticking to chicken, some steak, some fish, and vegetables. That's how you do it. You kind of keep it to the right portion sizes for a couple of months, and you lose weight fast, up to a pound of fat per day, 10 to 20% of your body weight in just 60 days. Anybody can do this. Eating regular foods, find a couple of things you like, do it for 60 days, and then you're a brand new you. But what's great about the SD Fat Loss program is that the maintenance, they will help you keep the weight off, and then you start you're already eating regular food, so it's not like you've been eating shakes or bars and nothing but that for 2 months, and then you go back to real food and your body goes, boom, gains it all back. No, you start just slowly bringing in some of the other foods. You eat better portions. Your hunger is way lower than it used to be. I eat way less than I used to, just naturally. I don't need to eat as much anymore, thanks to SDFatLoss.com. And I did it without the injections that can cost $3,000 to $5,000 a year, and you never get off them or the weight comes back. No, I have gained muscle, lost fat. It's been amazing. You can set up a free consultation right now at SDFatLoss.com. And if you sign up for the program, take advantage of their spring special, $200 off. Preserve your muscle, build your metabolism, keep the weight off for a change with SDFatLoss.com. That's SDFatLoss.com. Results may vary.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
When we went to break, it did not.
No,
it
it
continued
continued.
all throughout the break here.
We're trying to come up with the worst possible pasta sauce combination.
So I said to the guys, I said, let's say, mom, dad, whatever's in a pinch. And they're like, I'm just going to make what we have here. And you walk in from school or whatever. And what's for dinner? Oh, I got spaghetti. And you're like, oh, hell yeah. And then you look down and it's a big flat lasagna noodle. And it's got pasta sauce and a meatball
If I hear
on top.
spaghetti, I'm expecting spaghetti. Now, you say, I made pasta. That's the one that has kind of the umbrella term where you can, what kind of pasta?
By the way, if you sat down to a plate and it had a couple of lasagna noodles, some sauce, and a meatball on top, it's kind of just like lasagna, missing a couple
It's
of
all the
ingredients.
same ingredients.
But aren't you semi-raging a little bit like, all right, I'll eat it.
I imagined instead of fettuccine Alfredo, angel hair Alfredo, and just have all that white glue, like turns into
One
big
chunk.
clumps, like a big clump of Alfredo sauce and an angel hair nest.
How
of
about
some
this?
sort. That would be bad.
Paul, you walk in tonight, Megan's like, I made chicken breasts and mac and cheese. And you're like, yes. And you go in and it's a bowl of mac and cheese with spaghetti noodles. And it's mac and cheese flavored spaghetti
I'd be
noodles.
like, what is this?
I don't think I could eat it.
No.
I do not think I could get it down. I really don't. I think it would mess with my mind too much.
Oh, man.
Yeah, deconstructed lasagna is what it looks like. You're like, I don't want this.
Right pasta for the right sauce.
That's right.
It's important.
It's a real thing.
Speaking of pasta,
You
congratulations.
don't have to.
I can do this.
All right, let's.
Congratulations to the Gulls, whose best player is nicknamed Pasta, Sasha Pastajob, who are into the playoffs for the first time in 4 years, I believe. They play on Wednesday against the Colorado Eagles. All games on the road, though, so they got Wednesday, Friday, and then Sunday if necessary. Best of 3 series in the AHL first round. If they win, they would play the top seed Ontario Reign. But it's good for the hockey fans in town. We don't talk a ton of hockey, but I know there are some tier ones who are still big Gulls fans that happy to see the team finally get back to the playoffs. And they got the schedule over the weekend. They play on Wednesday in Colorado, their first game, and then Friday and Sunday.
Well, I was very happy for my formerly, still my beloved, but formerly the San Diego Seals. They did make the playoffs after a really, really rough start to the season. They got it done. They're in the playoffs now. Anything can happen. So congrats to them.
They won the first of their 2 games against Las Vegas, and then they got with some help on Saturday when Rochester lost. So I think they actually got the 7th seed in the playoffs for the NLL. And I haven't seen when that game is, but they think they'd have to win before they'd ever come home and play again. So good luck to the Seals as well. I see the Mojo's been red hot. Our volleyball team, we haven't talked a ton of volleyball about them, but lots of teams going on right now. This is the time of year where you have just a bunch of different soccer, volleyball, hockey, lacrosse, all just kind of going on right now. So good luck to all of our local teams as they continue. Wanted to give you this story, though, because I did see it. Xander Bogaerts teaming up with the Padres Foundation, announcing the Padres 5-Tool Trade Academy. This is a charitable endeavor that Xander is committed to funding.
Nice.
And what it does is transition-aged youth, so, like older teenagers that have experienced homelessness and housing instability, helping give them job training schools, so they can have the tools necessary to go out and find work and have a stable life, even if they have had an unstable childhood.
Yeah, man, I love that.
Learning these skills, that employers are looking for, job skills, that can help them have a more secure future. And Xander is going to help them with this 5-Tool Trade Academy program that is in conjunction with the Urban Street Angels.
Man, good stuff in our community from a lot of these players. They give a lot back. I'm excited to see that from Xander, man. That's the kind of thing, Ben, you see a guy sign a big contract. And that's what you love to see, a guy that goes, okay, yeah, I need to take some of this. I need to put it back into the city that's given me, this incredible life. And I love that. I love that for him.
And, because it's working with, the unhoused.
Yep.
I always think of Peter Seidler.
Yep. And the kids, man. That's
And that's important when the new owners come in, picking up that legacy of whatever it is, but charity and, giving back to the community, that's going to be hugely important to the new Padres owners to grab that legacy of Peter Seidler and continue to move it forward.
Man, good for Xander. Love that.
All right, let's take a final timeout. First, though, we got some Padres tickets to give away. If you want to call now, 5th caller at 833-288-0973 is going to get 2 tickets to the Padres-Cubs game at Petco Park on April 28th. The first 40,000 fans will receive that Padres waffle beanie that Mudd was demonstrating over the weekend. Perfect for night games, ballpark photo ops. Padres tickets always available at padres.com/tickets, or you can win them 833-288-0973. 97.3. We can go around a little more baseball. No Padres game tonight, but plenty of other baseball action we can talk about in our final segment of Ben and Woods. Coming up next on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
He just, here, I'll show you a little. Just a little.
Please don't.
Just a little bit. What hurts on you?
Nothing at all.
A little bit.
Not that now.
So let's say
whatever you're about to touch is the only thing.
Let's say
it's gonna hurt.
Right?
All right, yeah.
Okay.
Pretend your knee hurts.
Pretend your knee
It's going to in a second.
right here.
That is not pleasant.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
From the Bill House Studios, we know how. It's Ben and Woods. Congratulations to Antone, won the Padres tickets for the game, the Waffle Hat Beanie game against the Cubs. But we've got tickets to give away all week, you said? All right, so
Correct.
Keep listening. We'll try to mix it up, different times of the day. Be listening for your chance to win some more tickets tomorrow. Also, be listening tomorrow at 8:35 when Jesse Agler joins us on our SDCCU fan hotline. It's not Big Bang Banking. It is better. We are on to the letter D this week of the Incorporated.
Yes, we are.
D week. Find out if anybody in the traveling party either went to the Rockies game, Dodgers Rockies tonight, or the Nuggets playoff basketball game, and maybe how they celebrated Jackson Merrill's birthday last night on the plane.
It's also
in Denver.
420 in Denver.
Oh yeah, that's a city for it, isn't it?
Yes, indeed.
Big bomber class, little boss in my head.
It's also a pretty elite combination of food days. Today is National Cheddar Fries Day.
Okay, I'm into
and
it.
National Pineapple Upside Down Cake Day.
Into it.
Love pineapple
God,
upside
it's
down
good.
cake.
Woo.
Yeah.
Man, I told you, one of the best cheesecakes I ever had was pineapple upside down cheesecake.
Oh, that sounds so
at
good.
the Cheesecake Factory. Benny.
The caramelized pineapple that gets all gooey at the bottom is just delicious.
You have to stop. I am
pasta
30 minutes away from
We didn't have
trying
a ton
to go to the gym.
of pineapple upside down cake necessarily. Like the way you're talking about it. My mom would make like a dump cake though with pineapple and the cherry sauce filling or whatever, and you put some of the pineapple in there, and then you just put the batter or whatever on top.
Yeah, the cherries.
Oh my God, it was
in,
so
yeah.
good.
It's fantastic. Shut up.
Good.
Everyone just shut up.
Too much
How
food
about that?
talk this
I just
morning.
want pasta and pineapple dump cake now. Damn it.
Damn it.
Too much food talk this morning, to be sure. We do have some more baseball, though, we can get to. Let's check traffic one last time, and we'll wrap up with some of the games we didn't talk about this weekend next year on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center. Injured? Demand justice. Demand Jurowitz. 855GetRoss.com.
I-805 northbound is sluggish and stretches between Highway 54 and Highway 52. I-5 northbound is slow in spots from Highway 54 to 163. 163 southbound is slow from Interstate 8 to I-5.
All right, so a little whip around baseball. We did, of course, mention the Dodgers dropped 2 in a row to the Colorado Rockies over the weekend, including yesterday's 9-6 loss on a Mickey Moniak go-ahead home run. Elsewhere in the NL West, Woods, the Blue Jays salvaged their series finale against the Diamondbacks with an 8-run first inning off Ryan Nelson.
Wow.
Blue Jays had not been hitting, but they got to them early and got a 10-4 win yesterday, so the Padres added a game to their edge over the third-place Diamondbacks. The Giants were going for a sweep. Didn't get it. They got shut out yesterday 3-0 by the Washington Nationals. So they've kind of, as we said last week, a little separation between the top 3 and the bottom 2 in the National League West. Cubs continued to just give the Mets, just tortured Mets here at the start of the season. They actually had a 1-0 lead in the 9th. Gave it up on a and then lost on a Nico Horner sac fly in the 10th. Mets have lost 11 in a row.
What's going on with Mets fans? Have you seen Mets social media? Has Steve Cohen said anything?
They've lost their minds. Number one, Frank.
Remember,
Frank's gonna.
Remember, Steve Cohen said he saw the spring
the
shoots. Yes,
because Woodsy lives for this kind of stuff.
I do.
Like you thrive off of the tears of other MLB fan bases.
Yeah, I do. I mean, I like to watch a meltdown.
You don't engage with it.
No.
You don't instigate it, but you like being like, dude, they're going nuts in Baltimore.
They're
right
going
now,
through it in Boston. They're going through it in New
Yeah.
York. But this is wild. All right, so think about this again. 10th inning comes around. The tying run is on third base. Okay, or the winning run is on third base.
Bottom of the 10th inning in Chicago.
Believe there was one out. Nico Horner, who is
the double play, right?
Nico Horner, who is leading baseball, I believe, in RBI right now.
Good contact hitter.
Contact guy. They don't walk him. He gets the RBI. Game over. Okay, the strategy didn't work out. Then they go to the skipper, Carlos Mendoza. Why didn't you walk Nico Horner? He goes, well, because he's going to steal second.
What? The game's over if the runner at third scores.
Right. And so, okay, then, in my mind,
then walk
the next guy.
And
like, set
bases.
up a double play. People were like, bro, that's fireable. At this point, like, you can't put Horner on. He's definitely going to take second base there. I take my chances. I make sure I have a double play in
really
order.
Matter. I mean, yes, there is a problem with walking the bases loaded because then a walk loses it. But still. You get the double play. You get to force it home. Sack fly, it was just too easy for the Cubs.
I mean, I'm looking at the comments right now. Quite possibly the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Even if he's stealing, you still make the decision to walk, creating a first and third situation. Oh, man. It's just, imagine caring about who's at second base in extra inning when the winning run is at third base. I mean, it's just incredible.
Maybe he's going to steal signs out there.
This is the kind of answer you never recover from. It's over for him. Brutal answer. Actually pretty embarrassing. I mean, it just goes on and on and on and on. It never stops. And then, but yeah, 11 straight is hard to do.
Like, how do you not just luck into a win?
What was the longest losing streak last year in baseball?
I don't know the longest, but it can have been much longer than 11.
Right?
You rarely see anything longer than wins or losses than 11 or so every year.
What was the longest losing? I'm going to look it up real quick. In MLB 2025, the longest one
11.
last year was 11.
So
Colorado Rockies.
Okay, one of the worst teams in history.
Wait a minute. No,
I got Nationals and the Athletics both had 11
Rockies
game losing streak.
This is the Rockies had a 22-game losing streak during their 43-119 season. That's tough. They were one of the worst teams in baseball. Beyond the 20.
I hope for Mets fans' sake that they don't get to 22.
I mean, I do. They were supposed to be a team that maybe was a wild card team. Let's keep it rolling.
I mean, it's one less team. Hopefully, you have to contend with for a playoff spot at the end of the year.
That's the franchise.
If they don't recover.
That's right. That's the franchise's longest skid since 2004. I mean, holy smokes!
Halfway there.
The other team in New York had also been on a losing streak. No,
A's and Nationals both lost 11 last year. What's this 22 coming from? Freaking AI probably. That's nuts, man. That is nuts.
Yankees swept the Royals with a 7-0 win.
Royals are in the chamber too.
Ryan Weathers through most of that shutout. Aaron Judge, Trent Grisham, and Ben Rice all homered in the 7-0 win. Yeah, the Royals have gotten off to a tough start. Cardinals complete a sweep of the Astros. Astros continue to struggle. That was a 7-5 win in 10 innings. The Reds have been the great close and late team this year. They won again in extra innings, 7-4 over the Twins in 10. They have been undefeated, I believe, in 1-run, 2-run, and extra inning games so far this season. They had to come back. They were down 4-1, I think, and the 3 in the 9th, 3 in the 10th. To beat the Minnesota Twins yesterday. Marlins avoid a sweep by the Brewers with a 5-3 win yesterday. Guardians got 2 home runs from Jose Ramirez. They doubled up the Orioles 8-4 to take 3 of 4 in that series. Pittsburgh remains solid so far this season. They beat the Rays in a 3-game series, 6-3 the final yesterday. They're now 13-9. Brian Wu, who pitched well against the Padres last week, had another solid start. The Mariners hit 3 home runs to support him in a 5-2 win over the Rangers. Murataka Murakami has hit home runs in 3 straight games now, I think.
He is red hot.
Got 8. White Sox beat the A's 7-4 to take 2 of 3 from Sacramento. Tigers over the Red Sox, we mentioned earlier. Garrett Crochet continuing to struggle. And Sunday Night Baseball, yeah, the Phillies, we mentioned their 5-game losing streak, and they have been struggling badly as well. The Braves, meanwhile, tied with the Padres for the second-best record in baseball after they complete the sweep with a 4-2 win.
Thank you for that whip around, Benny. Very well done,
Little whip around. You want to spin the topic wheel?
Spin it.
Once or twice before the end of the show. We'll let Paulie call it up.
What is the most important trait in a friend?
Loyalty.
I knew you were going to say that.
I was going to say loyalty.
Yeah.
I would say patience.
It's a good one.
Only because I'm more patient than loyal.
You're pretty loyal, I would say.
I'm pretty loyal. Yes, I'm pretty loyal. But I'm also... I won't lie to you necessarily.
You don't have to be a sycophant, but
yeah,
it's nice to,
Like honesty, I think, is a good thing in a friend because I have friends that I feel like if I came to them with something big that was going on in my life, they might only tell me what I want to hear and not necessarily what I need to hear. Whereas I also have friends that have known me my entire life and be like, dude, I love you. You're an effing moron.
Can you keep
friends what you need to do?
Now. If you're that honest, can you keep friends though? Like
it's hard.
Some people don't want to hear it, and you don't keep the friendship if you're too honest.
Yeah, that's true.
Which is tough.
That is tough.
Sometimes I just go to patience and like, all right, well, I'm just not going to say anything. So just be patient. I'll be there when they need me.
But if they're coming to you, that means they need you.
Right.
You don't need to be patient when they come to you. That's the time to react. Right?
You ever felt like I wasn't there when you needed me?
No, never once.
Okay, good. You're always there when I need you.
Never once.
Paulie's always there. We're there for each other.
We are there for each other.
We're actual friends.
We are friends. Yes, friends.
I've never really had coworkers who were friends before.
I have.
No offense to any of my Channel 10 colleagues.
Or any of the other multitude of radio shows you've done.
Like, I worked for 2 decades almost with Steve Smith. And we always got along really well. But we could never do anything outside of work.
Right.
Because it's 365 days a year. So if I'm there, like one of us had to be there on every day. So we could never go do something together because we could never take the same time off.
That's right.
Unless it was like in the morning, but I always had radio usually like in the morning. So we maybe like played golf twice.
And that was usually at like Torrey Pines Media Day.
Yeah, it was like a media day. And there was very little we could ever do outside of work. So, it's been nice to have coworkers who are actual friends now.
That is, it's important. It's important. Spin it.
Oh, while you spin it, I just want to mention, because I watched a little English soccer yesterday morning, the big Man City Arsenal game.
Yeah, who won?
Man City won 2-1, so it's back toss-up. But congratulations, our friend Ron Fowler and Alexis.
Yes.
Their Lincoln City team won and will be promoted up to the English Championship League. They won League
Unbelievable.
One, so they're moving up. In the world of English soccer. That's pretty good.
I talked to him 2 years ago, and he was like, I don't know about this. Now he's all in. I texted with him this weekend. Yeah, he's good at it.
All right. Topic Will asks, what is your favorite speech in movie history?
Ooh. It's really good. Braveheart's pretty good. I mean, that's a standard.
Independence Day, the president.
That's pretty good.
Like a speech.
Yeah.
Because I got favorite.
How about a monologue, a speech, monologue? You know what we're talking about in a movie.
I got
Jack Nicholson in A Few Good Men.
Yeah, I mean, these
that
are
would
all
count as a speech.
Hoosiers, great one in the chat. Yeah, Hoosiers is fantastic. Dominic says Quint in Jaws. That's a really good one. Really, really good one. I have lines that stick out more, like whose car are we going to take? As we were just talking about friendship in the town when he goes, hey, I need your help. We're going to hurt some people, and you can never ask me about it later. He just stops. He goes, whose car are we going to take?
Kind of a speech. Can it be a back and forth dialogue?
Sure.
Because Robin Williams and Matt Damon in Good Will Hunting,
No doubt.
in the end where he breaks through.
Oh, it's incredible.
That's such a
Not your fault.
great.
It's not your fault.
Not your fault.
Yeah. Well, what about the speech Matt Damon gives in that? So why wouldn't I want to work for the NSA? And he goes on this long. It's so good.
That is a great.
I could just hire my buddy, shoot him in the ass. It's so good.
Of course, that's your contention.
Yeah, that one. That's another one.
That whole movie.
The whole
full
movie
of
is full of
speeches.
it. I love it.
We just talked about one of my favorite movies, Son of a Woman. We talked about that like last week randomly.
Yep.
And the final, like the courtroom scene,
Yeah.
when Al Pacino just takes over, that monologue, that speech, whatever you want to call it, it just sat with me.
I need
It's
to watch.
so good.
I need to watch that again.
He's like,
It's
you think
so
you're
good.
helping these boys, but you're crippling
I
them."
mean, it's very polarizing, but I'll never. James Earl Jones in Field of Dreams. People will come. Ray.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
that should not be
iconic.
polarizing. It's so good.
Iconic.
It's just overplayed. Every morning show baseball team on
But
opening
then
day.
if you're really going like a monologue speech, though, it's James Earl Jones first of all
Yeah.
delivering it, and it's about baseball.
Yep.
And the love of the game
I'm
and
with
people. So that's
How
a
about Crash
great one.
Davis? I believe in the blank. I believe in the
That's a
blank. I
great
believe
one,
in
too.
high fiber.
Herb
Good
Brooks
scotch.
and Miracle, Matt says, is
Yeah.
a really good one.
I believe in the blank. I can't say it.
We could do a whole show.
Sloppy wet kisses.
Yeah, that last 3 days. It's so good. Good jobs. I like that one. That was a good one.
All right, Braden and Frank standing by. They'll take you the next 4 hours. Plenty more Padres talk from the weekend. We will join you for an Incorporator Tuesday with Jesse tomorrow, 6 a.m., plus our Mock the Draft at 7:30. Don't forget about that. For Paulie Reindl, Stephen Woods, and Ben Higgins, have a great rest of your Monday from all of us here at San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. So long, everybody.